Well, and hopefully, eventually, we get our sponsorship from Tobe, which we're still chomping at the bit for. You know?
They can add you to the Pride merch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they made booty shorts that say free on the ass.
Okay.
That go with the matching jockstrap that say free on the front.
Oh.
And they also have a t-shirt that says, I got my ass ate while watching a Tobe original.
There are two things to point out there. Number one,
great.
that's great merch. But number two, I didn't realize Tobe had originals.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yes, I do. I knew that. I've seen them all. Forward and backwards.
I'm just happy that they have merch at all.
We need to get on that bandwagon.
It kept selling out. That's how I
Tobe
found
merch?
out about it. Yeah, all the Tobe Pride merch kept selling out.
I mean, it's a big hit, you know? We're just past Pride Month.
Yeah.
It's still sold out, I assume now.
I assume so.
It's not like they're getting another shipment
You could
in.
do like a full set of merch that says proud to be gay.
But it's Tobe?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's so smart.
My question is, do you think they're going to do a Target or a Costco? And here's what I mean. Target, when Trump got elected and they didn't have to do DEI shit anymore, they were like, well, we're simply not doing that ever again.
Well, but they did put out a Pride collection, and the Pride collection was a tiny little stand that had Britney Spears on vinyl.
Right. Which kind of misses the point now. If that were the Pride collection in like 2008, nailed it. But now, no. Or are they going to do what Costco did, where Costco, it's like, well, you don't have to do any of your DEI programs anymore. Like, we discourage that. America discourages that. And Costco was like, I don't give a shit. We're going to continue. We're doing it more now. Hopefully Tobe sells their Pride merch all year round.
I hope so, because it also includes a bright yellow harness that says Tobe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those are all great. Oh, and it's all purple and yellow.
It's all purple and yellow.
It's looking good.
But
looking great.
I'm now in throes of anxiety because Derek just bristled.
Yeah, I had also seen this Pride merch. I was very interested in it. And then unfortunately, it was pointed out by people online that apparently, and I did not know this, Tobe is owned wholly as a subsidiary of the Fox Corporation.
Oh my! What the fuck?
Yeah,
that's like Chick-fil-A doing like rainbow buns. Rainbow buns. TM Third Channel podcast.
Yeah. Apparently, since 2020, Fox has owned Tobe, and Fox just bought Roku. So both of the free streaming services out there that were once rivals are now under the same not great roof.
Israel, we find out, has bought Pluto. It's like, how are we supposed to watch?
Wait, like the planet?
Yes. They're going to militarize Pluto.
Typical.
But no, it'd be great because they'd send them all there. And then it would take, like 3 lifetimes to get there. So I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Caroline, fact check that. How long would it take to get to Pluto? And also, does Israel own Pluto? We don't know. God, Fox owning Tobe is a gut punch.
It really is.
What if the purple energy of Tobe and Roku combines and kills Fox? And it outdoes the red, and then we have a new party, a new political party that's purple. And
the Tobe party.
Yeah.
Party.
Rupert Murdoch's like, oh, fuck, me network's gone leftist. He's all pissed. That'd be great.
Because it's a socialist party, because everything's free.
Oh, shit. Here's the thing. I'm fine with that, and I would like that to happen. But until then, do we have to pause our hawking for a Tobe sponsorship? I don't want to be sponsored by the Fox network.
Yeah, neither do I.
Well, I don't know, because Family Guy's on Fox, and that show is funny. Derek, have you seen Family Guy?
Never have.
You should. Charlie, you'd love Family. Trust me. I talk about it all the time. Oh, man, that's a bummer.
What if I genuinely told you I don't know if I've ever seen an episode of Family Guy?
You're young. Charlie, how old were you when Family Guy came out?
I don't know.
Hello and welcome to the sequel that was really weirdly received of the Third Channel podcast.
Where we delve into the horror franchises you love from the perspectives of a lifelong horror fan.
And a newbie to the genre. I'm PJ.
And I'm Derek.
And today, the only thing we're here to talk about is horror. I think I peaked just then. I like that.
You did.
I'm going to do that from now on. Blow people's car speakers out. Today's horror is a movie that I don't know how I feel about.
Oh,
'Cause
interesting.
I was coming into this hot.
Yeah.
But now I don't know. We're here to talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, eventually this series, the naming convention of this franchise gets so goddamn convoluted that it's like walking through a hallway made out of spider webs that is filled with spider webs. But for now, this just has a 2 at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, straightforward.
Straightforward.
Just like this straightforward sequel. There's nothing weird about it.
No, it's exactly what you'd expect. It's exactly what the theatrical trailer made it seem like. A down and dirty Texas horror film.
Yeah.
Okay, which, I mean, we've talked about sequels like this. We
Yeah.
talked about things like, Evil Dead 2
Yeah.
coming off the Evil Dead. Talked about, I don't know, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
That's true.
Freddy's Revenge?
We did talk about that movie.
People don't love that one, but it's gotten like a new life recently in the last like decade or so.
Yeah.
We talked about Gremlins too.
We did talk about Gremlins.
That's almost
too.
a straight up parody of the original.
Yeah. We've also talked about other sequels, like we talked about Child's Play 2, for example. Now, the original Child's Play had my brother as a guest, Alistair Graves. Now, for those of you who are kind of keeping up with our news, you'll know that we have a Patreon that we have launched. And
Humble brag.
Humble brag. Is it?
I have no idea.
We sold out.
We definitely did that.
We're going to come up with Tobe merch, but it's going to be us.
Right.
And we aren't owned by Fox. That is the one thing that we have better than Tobe.
What are you going to do? Like booty shorts that say "Find my third channel"?
That's good. Write that down.
I'm going to delete him saying that. I'm going to cut that out. Our first episode on Patreon, our exclusive members only episode
Right.
in June.
Yeah.
Was about, I say this every time exactly this way, 16-time Oscar-nominated film Sinners.
Right.
Right.
Correct.
This month, coming out today, is a review on our Patreon.
It's a big old discussion.
Yeah, with Alistair's back, and he's guested on that one. But this one's not about a horror movie. It's the first time we've talked about a movie that isn't horror. We talked about Tim Burton's Beetlejuice.
That we did.
And it was great. And since we talked about that and rewatched that film to have that discussion, I have had just stuck in my head, and I'm fucking losing it, guys. I'm losing it. Now that's our Patreon exclusive episode. If you subscribe to our first paid tier, you do get those free episodes. Well, they're free then.
Yeah.
But they do cost money in the long. That's how they get you.
Right.
We're they here, but that's okay. But yeah, our monthly Patreon review will be Beetlejuice. It's out today. So if you'd like to hear us talk about that and Sinners, you'll get both episodes. All of our monthly Patreon episodes will be available to you. You also get access to our Discord, and you also get a free review of Derek and our producer Ty. They had a discussion about Jordan Peele's Nope that we also have up there for you and for friends of yours who you convince to also subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah. Just they could sign up for the free tier, become a spooky skeleton, and they get that free Nope review.
Or you sign up for our $5 tier and you become a bug-filled jack-o'-lantern.
And if you're wild about bacon and beans, you want to know what we've got going on out there.
That's right.
You could sign up and be part of the season of the witch.
Right. That's
at
the
$10.
Yeah, and then we talk to you about what we're doing. And if you think that that's worth $10, may God have mercy on you. No, I'm not going to undersell it. We're great. But yeah, that's Patreon. Those are the things we have to offer you. Please take us up on those things. Now, the other movies that you mentioned,
right?
The other sequels, we talked about those films with a little guy named Charlie.
Yes.
We're the same fucking height.
I'm a little bit taller than you. It also doesn't matter. You're younger than me, so you'll survive.
Theoretically.
That's true. You could be hit by a bus any day.
Yeah.
I want to get hit by a bus so bad.
Man, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
All right. So if I get hit by a bus, we'll just rewind that.
Yeah.
Put you in my place, and I'll be saved. And you'll get your last wish.
Yes, through the power of editing, if any of us get hit by a bus, we can then just swap out who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie's back, folks. Hi, Charlie.
Hi.
Welcome to our studio, which is real and not a house.
Yeah, I'm actually here this time.
You made it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way from where, Cleveland?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, we know that's a joke, but the audience doesn't, right? I'm just going to leave it that way.
Yeah, we heard you, the last time we talked, we, I think made jokes about how the next time you were going to be on, you were just going to be outside of our studio and you were going to kind of talk. But we heard you through the window and we went ahead and let you in.
It was really merciful of you. The mosquitoes were getting
Oh,
me.
yeah. They're bad.
I was going to say we opened the window to like feed a mic out there and a frog jumped in immediately.
Yeah, that's happened before.
Yeah, it landed right on Derek's head. It peed on his face.
It's my nightmare.
I know. Derek doesn't like things that stick. So geckos or frogs. He doesn't like any of that stuff.
Don't like them. Don't want them near me. Don't want them on me.
What about like the little sticky hands?
That's the part that I don't like.
No, I mean like the toy that you get from an arcade.
They get disgusting.
Well, so do geckos.
Yeah, I don't. That's the part I don't like.
Okay.
Have you ever used one of like the sticky hands to like clean your laptop keyboard?
I have. Yeah,
Yeah, it's really effective.
it is. It's remarkably effective. I've also used one of those sticky hands to catch a gecko, which I'm going to release right now. Charlie, what do you got going on?
Yeah. So, I'm still doing things and
Good.
stuff of various natures.
Well, good.
If you're in Tampa, which I'm usually not because I'm based in Cleveland, but if you happen to be in Tampa next week at Deviant Libation on July 18th, I am hosting a science fiction double feature,
Nice.
which is going to be classic sci-fi horror films from the 60s that were actually originally released as a double feature.
Cool.
So it's going to be Dementia 13 and X, the Man with X-Ray Eyes. They're campy, they're fun, and these are free to attend. So you can come and hang out and get cool drinks, and we'll have popcorn and other snacks and some vendors, and I'll be hosting shit.
That's cool.
But yeah, if you don't do that, I also started doing my own film review series. I think I started that by the time I was on the last episode, and you were worried about me overseeing you and sort of like taking your thunder and doing better than you. I am doing better than you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you haven't heard of that yet, Cinema Crypt, it's also on my Instagram, which is at Charlie Swar, which Derek will link.
I absolutely will.
So you can just go and
Not
find
do
that
that.
there.
Don't look down in the description. It will not be there.
Well, no
Yeah.
one can spell my
Wink.
last name anyway.
I'm also going to cut everything that was just mentioned out. It's going to be like, I was in Cleveland. And then it's going to cut to whatever we're saying after this.
Typical. I'm also Tampa Bay Comic-Con in September this year. I'm going to be there speaking about stuff and things. So those details are being ironed out, but I'll be there.
Cool.
I will, bare minimum, be speaking about sexy vampires and their history. So, other horror things. Who's its and what's its.
You could have just said vampires.
Yeah.
The sexy is implied.
Well, not everything's confirmed yet, but there may or may not be an opposing panel about ugly vampires.
Oh.
Like the one in like the Japanese culture's vampire that's like a bloated hopping mess.
No, like Orlok and Morbius.
Yeah, those are both hot.
Yeah, they're both hot. That's
Let's all agree. Let's the three of us agree now that the sexiest vampire is Morbius, not the Jared Leto version. God, fuck that. I'm talking about the animated series of Spider-Man from the 90s where he couldn't bite anybody. So instead, he has weird little mouths in his hand and he drinks with his hands people's energy.
Yeah, he sucks them through his hands.
He's hotter than hell.
I don't like those.
You would never mind. I was going to ask if you would want a hand suck, but
No, not from him.
so it's on the table.
no. I'll confirm that. Yeah, he's hot.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Guys, leave us a comment. What's the sexiest, ugliest vampire?
Yeah.
We're going to do both. That's what we do. We steal from the creative, repurpose, and give them kind of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a poll. And by that, I mean we don't know how to do that. So we're not going to do that. Oh, man. Yeah, we have developed a sort of tradition now with having Charlie, you on for the odd one out sequels. And I think that it's great. Do you remember the first time that you saw this movie?
I do. So I was about to make dinner, and my old roommate and I, we were like, we should put something on. And we were like, neither of us have seen the sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's put that on while we're cooking. That's an excellent idea. And then I got so entranced by the film that I just sat down on the couch and negated cooking dinner. And they didn't like it. So they went in the kitchen and kept checking and it was like, hey, what's happening now? And I'm like, shh, I'm in the zone right now. I actually, I'll get back to you in 3 to 5 business days.
Huh. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
This is a movie that takes your attention.
Yeah.
It does. It depends on how and why, but yes, it does. It demands it. Derek, what was the first time you saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre too?
Probably a couple years after I saw the original, which I don't have an exact date.
Sure.
But I do know that I was too young to see it. Again, it was my friend Nathan who got his hands on it. And it's one of these movies where, like, I remember watching it and I think I had a similar, if not as heated, but a similar experience to your first time watching it the day after we watched the original. And in so much as I felt betrayed by Tobe Hooper.
I'm sorry you didn't understand his spark.
I truly didn't at the time. Like as a like probably a teenager, I did not understand. And then I have come around to it. And I think I come around to it a bit more every time I watch it, and it's pure insanity. PJ, what about you?
So, okay. The first time I saw this film was at my apartment years ago, as is the answer almost every time. 98% of the time, that's when. We had just watched the first, which is arguably one of the greatest horror films of all time, the day before. So it's the next day. That is the flip-flop from quality. Not even quality, but just like tone.
Yeah.
From one day to the next. And I don't think I had ever truly been as angry at the end of a movie as I was at the end of this. It is not at all what I expected, but more than that, it's like, okay, so Friday the 13th, part 5, which has like the hick weird mom and her son who live on like the outskirts of this children's like drug rehab center. And we talked in that movie, we talked about the fact that in our review of it, I lost any semblance of patience that I had during their scenes together. That woman and her child, I think his name is Junior or whatever. He's a grown man. Let's be clear. He's like a Randy Quaid, but they like ride. He's like riding a dirt bike around their house. She is screaming at him. He is screaming nonsense. And it's like maybe a 5-minute sequence at its longest. And it frustrated me so bad that I wanted to put the movie down because it's too cacophonous. It's too much. And that is what the entire third act of this movie is to me, is Drayton and Chop Top are screaming and fucking Stretch is screaming. And then the only time it cuts away from that at all is fucking Sheriff Lefty screaming over chainsaw sounds. And it's just noise. And it's noise and weird, super like bizarre dialogue and decisions. And so leaving that movie the first time I saw it, I was furious.
You really were.
I was so upset. And then this is the second time I've seen the movie. I kind of get it. I kind of like it. It's because if you look at it, it really is how you go into it. If you go into it expecting a bona fide sequel to that first movie, disappointment mounts. If you go into it expecting it to be a parody of that first movie, oh, it's great. It's fantastic. It's fine. It's funny.
I mean, I am like a third option where the first one is one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it is a perfect film. There are very few films that can even mount up to that. And I was expecting a lot because I'm like, oh, Tobe Hooper's back. This will be good. And I had really, really high expectations and it was completely different. And I was like clicking my heels when the movie was over. I'm like, wow, that's great. That was wonderful. This guy, his mind, his spark.
My problem is that the whole thesis of what we do is that I'm very new to all of these things. So I am dogging after the experience of movies like that first one. It is what I'm in this to achieve. So when it's Spaceballs, it was like, oh, fuck, what is this? It's Spaceballs, but just with infinitely more screaming, and the jokes are infinitely less funny. Spaceballs is good.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about Spaceballs?
There's less Schwartz in this one.
Yeah. Do you remember when he's like, shoot a warning shot, and then the guy does, and he's like, I said across, not up it, and then he takes his thing off, and he has really crossed eyes?
Yeah.
Classic joke.
It is.
Classic joke. A joke that would be not entirely out of place in The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. After a decade of silence, the buzz is back. A radio host is victimized by the notorious cannibal family while a former Texas marshal hunts them down. I mean, that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's also good. That's a good description because that is the only actual like meritable plot point of the entire movie.
Yeah.
They say notorious, which I don't like because the entire point of the movie is that the reason they're able to continue committing these heinous crimes is no one knows that they're even real.
Right.
They've been socially, they've been marked as like a figment. So, but notorious to us.
Right.
And other cannibals, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah. They're known in the cannibal community.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine. How many families worth of cannibals can exist in Texas? Probably a lot.
A good amount.
Yeah. I think that it's either in like Appalachia or Texas.
Yeah.
Leave us a comment if you're a cannibal that lives in Texas.
That's good.
Actually, don't. You'll out yourself. Stay safe, brothers.
Sign up for our Patreon under a fake name and then let us know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Our
And we'll
Patreon,
give you a shout out.
Our Patreon shout out this week is People Meet Lover, which, come on, man. That's on the nose.
Let's be a little discreet.
Yeah, that's on the nose.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, sometimes referred to as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I don't know why that distinction comes in.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, fully adieu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was released August 22nd of 1986. It's directed by Tobe Hooper, who's returning from the original film. It's written by L.M. Kit Carson, who has since passed. It's produced by Menahem Golan and Yoram Globus. Anything on my pronunciation so far?
Fine.
Okay. Cinematography is done by Richard Corris, who had shot the movie Mongrel, a B horror film from 82. A TV movie called Totally Minnie from 1988, which is about Minnie Mouse.
Okay.
A mouse. And like teaching a nerd how to be hip. And the nerd is played by Robert Carradine from Revenge of the Nerds.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is she successful?
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my list.
Okay.
Did she teach David Carradine anything?
Only one thing. And he was really good at it.
You could argue it was too good.
Or bad at it. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the point? Anyway. And then also shot Drop Dead Sexy, a 2005 crime comedy starring Jason Lee and Crispin Glover, who we haven't mentioned in a while. The editor, Elaine Jakubowicz, was the editor on Invaders from Mars in 86, a adventure film called Alan Quatermain and the Lost City of Gold from 86, Night Terrors in 93, Crocodile in 2000, and Submerged in 05. That was directed by Anthony Hickox, who also directed Hellraiser 3. The budget for this movie is $4.5 to $4.6 million, and it made $8 million at the box office. So it's an actual studio film. It was made by Canon, the Canon Group. So it was a lot more expensive, but didn't bring in nearly the $30 million that the original brought.
Yeah. Plus, it's a decade after, so
Exactly.
30 million would have been significantly less anyway.
That's true.
Yeah.
The director and composer, Tobe Hooper, we talked about obviously for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 74, and then I listed a bunch of his other stuff, but now we'll list the rest of his stuff, which is Spontaneous Combustion in 1990, Night Terrors in 93, starring Robert Englund, The Mangler in 95, also starring Robert Englund, Crocodile in 2000, The Toolbox Murders in 04, Mortuary in 05, and then he did 2 episodes of Masters of Horror, Dance of the Dead, which also starred Robert Englund, and The Damned Thing.
Fair enough.
The writer L.M. Kit Carson had written The American Dreamer, a documentary about Dennis Hopper in 1971, a thriller from 1983 called Breathless, Chinese Boxers, a crime film from 1984, Bullfighter, an adventure film from 2000, and a thriller called Tempo from 2003. And then our producing team of Minahem Golan and Yoram Globus had been producers on New Year's Evil, the 1980 slasher film, Hospital Massacre, which we have watched.
We have
It is a
watched.
Valentine's Day themed horror film.
And it's awful.
It is one of the worst things we have sat and watched.
Yeah.
Also the producing team on Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo,
What the fuck?
which is produced by Canon, if I'm not mistaken. Life Force, Invaders from Mars. Those are both Tobe Hooper films. Superman 4, Quest for Peace, I think also produced by Canon. Masters of the Universe from 1987. And then the executive producer on Night of the Living Dead, the Tom Savini 1990 version, and Night Terrors, directed by Tobe Hooper. And then our other composer is Jerry Lambert, who had done the music for a war film from 1988 called Warbirds, a crime thriller called The Suspect, Playing with Fire, which is a horror, basically a bunch of thrillers. Playing with Fire, Alien Presence, Stem Cell, The Pit and the Pendulum, and Nightfall. Those all fall between 2008 and 2009.
Yeah, the music in this is like the original music in this. A lot of needle drops. The needle drops are all fun and they fit the tone and they fit the like environment and where it like when it's taking place. All the original music is like 90s computer point and click music. It is just so disinterested. Like I
See, I like it just fine personally. Like I think it fits the 90s like slasher of it all. Like the late 80s, I should say, slasher of it all.
I think if you're gonna do 80s, do all the way.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do like Texas movie, do the twangy shit all the way. But don't when you go into the middle, you haven't done either, and so it cheapens it to me. Yeah. What I'm saying is, I want like overdriven amplifier, like super distortion pedal banjo music. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what this film was missing is what you guys are saying?
Yeah. And
Yeah, that's what it's missing.
yeah.
That's the one thing.
Yeah, that's the one criticism I have of this film.
Is the music?
I just wish it went a little harder with the banjo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do love a banjo.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Doug.
There's only two problems with there's only two problems with this movie: a distinct lack of banjo and a distinct inclusion of Franklin.
Oh,
Skeletal or otherwise, get him out. I don't want to see him.
it's too much.
Seeing the corpse of that man made me quake with anger.
That is the heart of the film right there.
Yeah. No, it's not. The heart of the film is our police lieutenant's fucking near coronary event worth of anger. That's the heart of the film. He gets shit done. He brings it all down.
He truly does.
Yeah.
Which is something that we'll have to put a pin in. Yeah.
I guess following the profitable theatrical re-release of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre that New Line Cinema did in 1981, Tobe Hooper began developing a sequel to his original film. It was financed by Canon Films as part of a 3-picture deal that the studio had with Tobe Hooper. They had already produced his Life Force and Invaders from Mars, which are both like sci-fi horror films. Hooper initially planned to serve only as producer on this, but then he was enlisted as the director when they couldn't find a director that they could afford. So Tobe Hooper and the original writer Kim Henkel had an idea for a sequel that would feature an entire town of cannibals and also be a satire of the film Motel Hell from 1980, which that in and of itself was like a parody of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like a play on that. And so the title of that sequel would have been Beyond the Valley of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but the studio forced that considerable changes and hired a new screenwriter, and the results then turned into the film that we got. Here is where, especially because we just watched the trailer and how this was marketed. Canon Films anticipated a more straightforward horror film, while Tobe Hooper sought to make a sequel a black comedy, elements that he felt were strangely overlooked in his original film.
The fact that Tobe Hooper has said so often, like, oh yeah, no, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like a comedy to me. Like, there's so much of that movie is funny. It's like, You are a bona fide psych. Like, I love you and you're a wonderfully creative person, but you are also a terrifying psychopath.
Yeah, but it's a little funny.
No, it definitely is. There are moments where it's like, okay, in that first movie, the thing that I go back to when I think of how funny a serious movie like that can be is Franklin trying to pee and then rolling down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Not because he is disabled, but because he is an obnoxious piece of shit. So to watch harm befall him is like, I love it.
Gunnar Hansen was initially approached to reprise his role as Leatherface, but he claimed to have been offered scale plus 10%, with 10% of that going to his agent. But once he told casting that he had no agent, they instead offered him scale without the additional 10%. So,
Gunnar.
yeah. So he turned it down, saying that was too low. Now, there's a unit publicist named Scott Holton who has disputed that claim, saying that Hansen was wavering on the part in the first place, and so they rescinded the offer. Holton believed that the average viewer wasn't even aware of who the original actors were, claiming, quote, "Who are Neil, Hansen, or Burns?" Which is like, fuck you, first of all.
Yeah. Well, it's also how very Hollywood.
But then also it's like, yeah, it's been 12 years, I guess, you know. And they didn't necessarily go on to be huge stars after that, but it's still just like, man, if you're making the sequel, like the people who are going to probably show up know who those people are.
Yeah.
Bill Moseley, he had created a short film parody entitled The Texas Chainsaw Manicure, where he played a small role as the hitchhiker. And he ended up showing that to a screenwriter who was then able to get it to Tobe Hooper. And Hooper loved it. And so he basically kept Moseley in mind if they ever did a sequel to that original film. A couple years goes by and they contacted him and were like, where do we send the script? And they hired him to be Chop Top.
That's
to
great.
play the hitchhiker's twin brother. And then Caroline Williams, wanting to, you know, going into her audition and wanting to make a strong impression. Whenever she was called in, she ran to the other end of the hallway and bolts down, bursts through the door into the room with them. She grabs Tobe Hooper and Kit Carson off their seats, grabs their chairs, throws them up against the door, like barricades the door, and then does her scene, like super, you know, hyperactive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what ended up winning her the part. Principal photography started in May of 1986. This was shot in Austin, Texas, in the metropolitan area. The majority of the shoot occurred in and around a shuttered Matterhorn amusement park in Prairie Dell, which then stood in for the fictional Texas Battleland amusement park, where the Sawyer family has made home.
Are you sure?
And that's beautiful.
It is.
Are you sure that
I
that's...
love this set piece.
I don't think that that's right. I think that the Matterhorn theme park was the chainsaw store.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Remember that wonderful set piece in this film, the chainsaw store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it in Texas?
I think so. Oh, God, no, a massacre.
Hardly know her.
That's good. That's going on a shirt.
There
We're going to make your home merch line.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. We need somebody like that.
Yeah.
Charlie, we have no money to give you.
We'll sell out to Fox.
Yeah.
And then we'll have all the Pride merch that will mean nothing.
Right.
Less than something.
Yeah. Several scenes were deleted by Tobe Hooper due to pacing issues. Once they got into the editing bay, he cut one lengthy sequence that involved the Sawyer family going out on the night on the town. They go to a theater and they begin slaughtering patrons as they exit the movie theater. And the reason I bring this up at all, one, it features a whole lot of elaborate Tom Savini special effects, because Tom Savini is the one who does the effects on this film and his team. But it also included a cameo by American film critic Joe Bob Briggs. So he is in the credits for this. His scene gets cut out.
That's a shame, dude.
It truly is.
Yeah.
It's because Joe Bob, as we may have said last week, is one of the people who is like, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974 is the greatest film of all time.
Well, he's also like the foremost expert on it. So that's a shame.
Very similar to the original film. This one faced significant censorship in numerous countries. In the United States, the MPAA refused to grant the film an R rating for a theatrical release, even though it went through several cuts to tone down the violence. Tobe Hooper had said, quote, "I told executive producers going in that there were no way they could get an R rating on that picture, but they kept chopping away at it." And so when the MPAA refused to grant the film anything less than an X rating, Canon Films decided to just release it unrated as is.
If you're going to do that, then add all the shit back in.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So we have like the gruesome edition or whatever that's been released afterwards, but it still has never been the actual full cut of the movie.
Why do we have that so often?
With that in mind, I guess finally here, it's like, I think this is a cool fact of the film was banned for years in Germany and Singapore until its rating was finally appealed years later. But it was also banned in Australia for over 20 years.
Typical.
It's just, I don't know. I just think that's a cool like little thing. It didn't have an official release until 2006.
The only thing that I can think about that is Rupert Murdoch was like, we're not having this weird movie in Fox News homeland. Yeah, by the way, any of you morons that like gobble Fox News into your dumb fuck brains, that guy's Australian. So it's all upside down or whatever joke. I don't fucking care.
I wanna buy some radio ad time.
Are you fucking crazy? We are closed. Off the air till tomorrow. You'll have to just come back.
No, but whoa. So this is Radioland, huh? The infinite eternal, the waves through the ether fuzz roll on forever. Roar! Can't close that. Hi, I know what you're thinking. This is weird, huh? But I can handle it. You know? You're my fave. Me and Bubba, my little brother, we listen to you every night. Music is my life. You know, you're my fave, but I get too embarrassed to phone in my request. It's too disembodied, you know. But now that we're here in flesh and blood, I could maybe make a request and it'd still count, huh?
I love Bill Moseley. I want to go on the record of saying I love Bill Moseley.
Mm-hmm. You want to get out ahead of this.
I want to get way out ahead of this. He is so grating and obnoxious this entire movie. I do not know how he ever worked again. And then I'm happy he did because everything he's made since I love him in. Mm-hmm. He's my favorite part of almost anything he's in. Except this. I hate him. I hate him the whole time. I hate what he's doing. I hate his performance. I hate his line delivery. I hate his stupid fucking face. I hate it. So, and the gross out shit that he does is particularly disgusting.
That's vile.
It is the most disgusting part of this entire movie. Maybe the franchise.
Okay.
They eat people, but what he does is extra gross. And I'll save it. I'll save it for the big reveal later. But yeah, I want to get out in front of this because even listening to that clip, it's just like you're my favorite. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Why don't you Moseley on out of here, you stupid piece of shit? Please, Bill Moseley, don't take that personally. I love you so fucking much. I've met Bill Moseley twice.
Yeah?
Yeah, once at a convention and once at a Repo the Genetic Opera thing we did.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Really nice guy. Incredibly nice guy.
Yeah, I would think so. His online personality comes off that way.
Yeah, so if he was ever like, did you say that about me? I would lie. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, oh, no, that wasn't me.
Yeah, so what's really funny is before we started recording, I was telling Derek how much Chop Top is like my favorite part of this movie and how I think he's actually like kind of hot.
Dylan and I used to have this old bit about the Willy Wonka chocolate factory and that there's the nerds rope room. And, like Mike TV gets turned into like a TV thing and Augustus gets stuck in the pipe or whatever. They cut this scene out of that movie because little Timmy just hangs himself in the nerds rope room. You should do that. You should nerds rope hang yourself. Oh man, the hot thing bothers me. If you kept him in the Sonny Bono wig the entire time, still like no way.
It's the teeth.
It's the teeth. It's the quality of his skin. He looks like oh god, what are their names? The Harkonnens. He from Dune.
Yeah.
He looks like that.
Yeah. And then he requests his favorite throat singing song.
I can't do it.
Yeah, he fits in with like the lineup of like people I've dated of like the most ghastly people that you've ever interacted with, except one. We still got that one. And he
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still with that one. And he did not like Chop Top at all. He thought he was terrible.
Good work.
Yeah.
Good work. I agree with you. I don't agree with Charlie on this.
Thought he was competition.
No, he looked at me like I was fucking insane.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Yeah, and he was like, "That guy's disgusting. What do you mean?" And then he didn't talk to me for like 5 minutes.
That would be, it's the equivalent of me being like, oh yeah, dude, you know, fucking Caroline Williams' character in this is so beautiful, but not when she's in like the radio station or whatever. It's when she's wearing LG's face. Ugh.
Like, I think you just like LG.
Brick, no, because he wasn't a fan of. He spit too much.
Oh yeah, he did.
No, I did like him when he didn't have a face. But then he spit back down the peg. You know, spitting is disgusting.
He's not like an end all be all, to be clear.
Chop Top is it or LG is it?
Oh, certainly not LG. He's not even in the ring.
You don't get to say certainly not when Chop Top is the other one we're talking about.
Chop Top is like he's like kind of hot.
Are you put him on your, what is it, a hear me out cake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what you also missed, and notably, Derek did not respond to this. I texted him a picture of Chop Top and Leatherface, and I said, "Gay son or thought daughter," and he left me on red.
Did not respond.
Okay. Typically,
I was like, I'm going through a tunnel, and I threw my phone.
Typically, I disagree with and am usually disappointed or angry at everything Derek does. It is what fuels the passion of this show. I dislike him on every level. Derek, you were right to not respond to that.
Okay.
Who's the thought daughter in that? It's Leatherface.
It's Leatherface.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
there's yeah.
We got there.
Okay.
This movie starts.
Have you seen the movie? Of course, it's Leatherface.
Look at his wiggling. He's a wiggling mother. Dude, he wiggles in this.
He really does.
He's a wiggling guy.
This movie starts in 1986 with a couple of high schoolers who are going to a big rival football game.
This feels so Tarantino and like kind of ironically kind of Rob Zombie-ish. These overwritten, overperformed, over-sensationalized, immediate, like, oh, they're just pieces of shit. And for how long they are those pieces of shit. But this kid wearing the glasses, Rick the Prick.
Yeah.
He wears the glasses that are like famous from party stores or whatever that have like lenticular eyes that are on the lenses.
Lenticular, you say?
That's a real word. And he's like firing a gun like out the window. And it's like they only exist to die. But Tobe Hooper does this thing that I genuinely like in this and hate in most other movies. It's like, yeah, he's here to die. He's here to annoy you to the point where you get to watch him get killed. And that we just stay with them for so long. And anywhere else, I'd be like, oh, that's really annoying. But here, it's like, okay, because they're going to die horribly. And then it's off camera. Well, no, I guess.
No.
The other
one
guys,
of them.
Yeah, his death. Rick the Prick's death is off camera.
Yeah.
The other guy whose name I don't remember.
Not our business.
Don Jr. or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Or Eric.
Yeah. Do you think Tobe Hooper just like fucking hates John Hughes?
Oh, maybe. They do kind of, they feel like that. Like,
That's a good point.
they're almost, yeah, because
I'm watching them and I'm like, this guy watched Pretty in Pink and said, fuck those guys.
Yeah. They also feel like characters, like background characters from like Animal House.
Yeah.
Or like a Lampoon movie. Like just the way that you, in a comedy, the way that you don't have the time to express people in any real way. So you just go, whatever their niche is, you inflate it to an unreasonable degree. And he does that so well because it's like he is firing a gun at national landmark signs, just going like, It's fucking crazy.
No, but you're probably not far off. I think this movie is, other than being a, send up parody-ish of the original, I think it's playing with the idea of those John Hughes, like 80s movies and kind of those teen comedies and whatnot, because
even the fucking poster.
the poster is a Breakfast Club parody. Which is absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what about breakfast with Leatherface? I know that's not the same.
No, but
I thought you were going to say Breakfast at Tiffany's, which would have made this funnier.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
Can you imagine if Ferris Bueller was in this movie?
Oh my God, yes. And he calls the fucking, you remember, he's driving, Drayton is driving the big truck, his like food truck, which Drayton Sawyer had the idea for food trucks.
Oh my God, I hadn't thought of that. He's
a pioneer.
Ahead.
It's always the small businessman, but he picks up that phone and he's like, hello, who's this? And it's just like, oh, I'm Abe Froman, the sausage kid. He's like, you're competing with me. And then they get to
Call me sir, goddammit.
That's good.
Ferris would have had this shit done in like 15 minutes.
Or it would be the thing of like, if the Slick Bandits and Home Alone knew what they were doing, fucking Kevin would have taken like a round in the face. Like it's one of the either he Ferris Bueller's his way around the whole movie, or they immediately hack him to pieces.
Oh, I thought you were saying that Ferris would hack them to pieces.
Also possible.
I think that's
more likely. So what you're saying is like if you lift Lefty out of the film,
and put Ferris.
Oh yeah, the movie's over in a few minutes.
Cut and dry.
Yeah.
And then after Cameron's dad's car gets wrecked, he becomes one of the Sawyers.
Well, yeah.
He just falls right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The car gets wrecked and he's like, fuck. And he opens the trunk and there's a giant chainsaw that says the Saw is family on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to next week, folks, because that's real.
That is real.
I didn't make that up.
No.
That's real.
But yeah, they're driving along. They're being awful and annoying. And they call a radio station, the K Okla. And they talk to radio DJ. Her first name is Vanita, but she goes by Stretch. I don't know if it's ever said in the movie at all.
And Chop Top's like, I have Vanita played in my head.
Yeah. But Stretch is played by Caroline Williams, who was in Getting Even, a film by Dwight H. Little, who also directed Halloween 4. She is in Stepfather 2 in '89, directed by Jeff Burr, who does Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Leprechaun 3 is where we've talked about her before.
Yeah.
She played Loretta. She is also in Halloween 2 from '09, Hatchet 3 from 2013, and Sharknado 4 from 2016, where she plays a character also named Stretch. Don't know if they're supposed to be the same person.
Probably. It's a damn shame, too, because Caroline Williams, is so cute and so bubbly, and she's so pretty in this movie.
Yes, she is.
And then by the time we get to Leprechaun 3, she is this bloated, besotted, fucking elderly woman. Have you seen Leprechaun 3?
No.
Okay, so long story short, to make that joke work for you.
It comes out like 9 years after this.
Yeah, okay. She looks wonderful in that movie. She's so like banging and like she's still working it.
Yep.
And her plot point is that everyone that works in the casino where that movie takes place calls her like an old saggy bitch. And we, the audience, are supposed to believe that she is like a woman who has let herself go, in spite of the fact that she looks exactly the same.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's bizarre.
It is bizarre.
Yeah. She's also in Renfield.
Yes.
Yeah, which is obviously one of the greatest movies of all time. Especially if you ignore Aquafina.
Right.
Then it's
and you
truly
should.
special.
Is that the Nicolas Cage one?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't
that's
seen
the
that.
two Nicks.
Oh, I saw it like at least 5 times in theaters.
You're a super fan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you eat bugs now?
No.
Okay, who wins in a fight? Renfield or Chop Top?
Oh, like for who I think is hotter?
Like, yeah, who wins your favor?
Oh, it's Renfield.
Okay, thank God.
Like by a mile.
Okay.
Because like Nicholas Hoult is objectively a handsome man.
Yeah.
No. Nicholas Hoult is like one of my top celebrity crushes of all time.
Yeah, probably same as far as the lads go. Because I mean, his Lex Luthor is like, oof.
Do you like him when he's blue and hairy? He played Beast.
I was waiting so that you could go. Anyway, so here, ready? We'll recreate the silence. Ready?
Anyway, so, but they call and they annoy Stretch, and then we start this bizarre thing where
her phone request line can be answered,
Right.
but not hung up.
right.
She's screaming and like begging, like, please hang up. Please, hang up. I can't continue my radio show. And they're just like, no, ha ha ha. And he's firing a gun in the air.
And
why can't
Is
you
it just because LG is like incompetent?
it could be.
Well, no, because he eventually does it. He
Yeah.
eventually gets it disconnected, but it's like he's having to like
He's
pull
like at a
like
switchboard,
quarter-inch
yeah.
like
Yeah.
audio jacks around. It's like, well,
But
that
he
doesn't make any
can't do
sense.
it the second time?
No,
Yeah,
he's gone.
No, he's there for it and she calls him back into the room and then he goes to fiddle with the whole thing. But it's like, well, shouldn't you remember hours ago you did this exact thing?
No, because I think the joke is that LG doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
And so
I
he's
missed
just,
that one.
He's just
Is this a comedy?
he's just fumbling around with all of this equipment, not knowing how any of it works. However, disconnect the phone. It is the 80s. It has a cord. There you go. You're done now.
Yeah.
But she just can't figure. She's like, what is this? LG's like, I think it's called a pahone. And she's like, who are you, Derek?
Boom, roasted. They like play chicken with this truck, and later on they get passed by, or they're approaching this bridge. Basically, night has fallen. They drive up to this bridge. They have called the radio station a second time. I don't know why all of this doesn't happen in just one go.
Right. Why you don't
Because-
just do the same thing?
Yeah. Because that's all it ends up being is like they call again and she's like, oh my God, they're calling again.
But not enough time has passed for there to be any difference in either the studio or in their car, except the sun has gone down. Just start the movie when the sun is down.
Yeah.
I think that they wanted the shots of them shooting down the signs, and they need that to be lit by
probably.
daylight to
That's a
get
good point.
the text legible.
This is canon. They have access to headlights. They can take a van and point it at those signs and then have them do the bullet effects. This is canon. This is Canon Pictures. This is a professional work, baby.
Have you considered that this movie is supposed to be realistic?
No. No.
Yeah. That's actually something they really prided themselves on, that
Yeah.
this movie is deeply realistic.
Once there is a posed skeleton with a cowboy hat riding a nuclear bomb in the middle of Magic Mountain, the cannibal holocaust. No, I don't put realism into I don't inject realism into this.
Clearly you weren't there.
In the movie? Yeah, thank God for that. Because the only person I could be is LG, because we're sitting in front of a soundboard that I don't know how to work either.
But as they approach this bridge, the truck that they pass earlier cuts in front of them. And then we again begin this weird thing of why can't a person do a thing?
It's a common thread through this movie of, but why don't you? Or why doesn't he? Or, well, why couldn't they? And it's just like everyone's acting in a way of like they're wearing, which doesn't really matter because the movie's not super serious, but it is the blinders of it all.
Yeah.
Because yes, the truck that we discover is being driven by a character who we don't know yet, but Charlie's ready for it, but we can't get there yet. And his little brother, Bubba,
Right.
also known as Leatherface, also known as Gunnar
Hansen
Okay, thank you. I forgot his name.
doesn't play it in this movie, but we'll get there.
Right, but I
I
was
got
calling
you.
back the producer who was like, "Who the fuck cares?"
Right.
But then I kind of proved his point because I forgot his name.
We'll cut all that out.
Hollywood. Anyway, so the truck is backing up very quickly alongside of this car that is accelerating.
On a 2-lane bridge.
2-lane bridge.
That's really long.
The longest bridge in Texas.
It is. I'm trying to think of what it would possibly be over to be the 8 miles that it is. And Eminem's there.
Eminem
he's
was
rapping.
there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Knees weak. Mom's people meet. But they're driving. And then, Texas Chainsaw Massacre happens. Leatherface is there. He has a dead body strapped to him like a... Oh, God, what are those puppets called? Bumreku puppets, I think they're called.
Sure.
They're the puppets where the performer has their all of their joints, elbows, wrists, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles through bars connected to a puppet. So everything they do, the puppet masks that. And that's kind of what this reminded me of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty apt.
Yeah. And then the chainsaw cuts the other guy who's not wearing the glasses, whose name I do not recall.
No, I can't either. I'm sure it's somewhere.
It's Rick the Prick and
Buzz.
Oh, that's even worse. I was
Yeah.
going to say Nick the Dick. And it's all rhyming. But he gets his head cut open by a chainsaw, which matters. That's a setup and a payoff, folks. That matters.
It's also a great effect.
It is so good. It's so good.
Because it's like done in multiple parts, because you get like the makeup on that actor's face of like his head split at an angle. Then you get a dummy version of that to where you can see the top of his head start to slide off at an angle. And then you get the reverse shot of a full practical dummy where the blood sprays up out of it. And then that actor is crouched down in front of it with his arms up to do reaction.
Now, that's something that I love that Tom Savini has always done. You have so many movies where, you know, you have a character that gets strangled, and it is they grab the killer grabs the neck of the person being strangled, and it's like up, they're dead, and it's like because they had just gone like and pushed all their breath out, and so the strangling was very quick. But people died like that. Savini has always done this thing. It happens to Jason in 4. It happens in so many movies that he makes where like this guy's head is sawed open. And we watch him for a full 60 seconds try to make sense of what's happened and then die. It's like the realism of that makes it so much more effective.
Yeah, that's my favorite shot of the movie, of the reverse shot where you see the blood spurting like directly up, and then you have No One Lives Forever like taunting him.
It's so good. That's what I mean. The needle drops are the best part of the soundtrack of the movie. I also like how his friend is watching and is like, he has pushed himself as far against the car door as humanly possible. And he's like, what the fuck? And then it just cuts away. I like smash cuts like that where we don't have to linger because we know what happens to them. They get thrown away.
They do. They do.
We find out later. That's a line of dialogue that you blink and you miss, or I guess you blink your ears and you don't hear it, but it doesn't matter. Drayton talks about the fact that they went off on their own and they picked 2 people to kill. And he was like, but there was nothing on them. We couldn't need them, so I had to throw them out. I'm out $1,000. And it's like, what are you talking about? It's always the small businessman that gets it in the end.
It is. That's the theme of this film.
That's the moral lesson.
Leatherface, or Bubba Sawyer, is played by Bill Johnson in this film. He was in Future Kill, which is a sci-fi horror film that also starred Ed Neal and Marilyn Burns, who play Sally and the hitchhiker in the original film. He's in the 1988 thriller DOA. He's in Butcher Boys in 2012 and the horror western Killer Be Killed from 2015. And then we have 2 other people who did uncredited work as Leatherface, like stunt performers. Bob Elmore, who was in The Usual Suspects. He's also in Pirates of the Caribbean At World's End. He plays the Executioner. And he did stunts for Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl. And then Tom Morga, who we have talked about before because he's a stunt man who was in Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. He did uncredited work as Jason. He did stunts in Halloween 4 as the bandaged Michael. And he did stunts in Child's Play 3, Army of Darkness, and the Pirates of the Caribbean films.
Okay.
So a lot of different things go into. I watched a part of the Shout Factory Blu-ray that I have. I watched all their special features earlier today, and Bob Elmore goes into huge detail about like he was only supposed to do like these specific shots. And then the actor Bill Johnson couldn't lift, like they had tried to use like fake chainsaws that weren't convincing, I guess. And so they eventually were just like, well, we're just going to have to use a real chainsaw. But when you get that super long one, it weighs like 80 pounds. And then the actor couldn't raise that above his head how they needed him to. So it meant that the stuntman, Bob Elmore, ended up doing a whole lot more of the work than he was originally supposed to.
Bill Johnson? You don't lift? You can't get that thing above your head, baby? What kind of stuntman are you?
Can't get it up.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
He needs chain Cialis.
You ever want to be a theme of the film?
Erectile dysfunction?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'd buy that.
Yeah.
For $1, you fuck.
I didn't say it.
No, your whole face went red. You're like, oh.
But yeah, we hard cut from that crash to the next morning, where Lieutenant Lefty Enright, a former Texas Ranger and the apparent uncle of Sally and Franklin Hardesty,
his brother's children,
who in this movie, in the opening crawl, their last name has now been hyphenated as Hardesty Enright. He arrives and looks at the scene.
So they hyphenate. Tobe Hooper goes back and hyphenates his own character's last names so he can make the joke Lefty and Right.
Yeah.
God damn it. That's so good. That's so funny.
Lefty is played by Dennis Hopper, who was in Easy Rider in 1969. He also directed that film. He is in the 1969 version of True Grit. He is in Apocalypse Now in 79. He is in David Lynch's Blue Velvet in 86, where I know him from first. I don't know if you guys agree or have the same memory. He is in the Super Mario Brothers film from 1993, where he plays King Koopa.
I have not seen that movie.
Well, you're missing out. Both of you.
Okay, I'm not going to watch it.
No.
You should.
No.
He's
Charlie and I, united front. We're not watching that movie.
You're missing
we're
out. Dennis Hopper was also in True Romance in 93, Speed in 94. That's probably the second thing I ever saw him in. Waterworld in 95, Land of the Dead, the fourth in the Night of the Living Dead franchise.
Is that the one where they like start using tools? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that movie.
With Big Daddy. I like that movie a lot. And then he also performs the spoken word song Fire Coming Out of a Monkey's Head on Demon Days by Gorillaz.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Why
I
not?
thought you were going to say he performs the spoken word Rocket Man. And I was like, no, not him. Yeah. So his performance is terrific.
Yeah.
And the reason is in so many other movies, in a lesser movie, he would be a cowboy. Do you know what I mean? In a lesser movie, he would be, you know, suave and charming, and he would be Timothy Oliphant in Justified. He'd be slick and people would like him. In this, he is just this mentally ill, psychotic, angry. He never shows any emotion other than morbid depression or rage. And it's
Those are the only two.
and it's so funny. Oh, he acts. He acts his ass off. He yells. He gets mad. Yeah, great.
He brings it all down.
Which pin?
Yeah.
That's the second time I've pinned it.
But I mean, he has spent the last 13 years
Yeah.
searching for the killers of his nephew who drove his niece insane. And he has followed a string of serial murders across Texas.
Yeah. Now, in the opening crawl, I don't remember how it's explained that Sally is no longer with us.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's like she went maybe she got committed to a mental hospital or something. I don't remember exactly how, but he treats it like they're dead.
Right.
But she is not. And so really he just cares about Franklin.
I mean, that's what we're shown in the film.
Yeah, he loves Franklin.
Typical.
He was the only one who did.
Yeah. Do you have any idea how hard it is as an actor to show sadness and you know, really horrible, you know, I can't work past these feelings. This is all consuming about Franklin. Dude, that guy is amazing.
It's the greatest actor on this film.
Yeah.
But he basically tells one of the other detectives who's actually working the case, who doesn't think this is anything, that they should put the word out. They should try and get, you know, witnesses to come forward with anything. And so that leads him to bump into Stretch in a hotel where a chili cook-off is happening.
Right. The whole thing is like this weekend is some college thing that everyone's excited for. It's what the kids at the beginning that got killed are going to. What I will say about this scene really quickly before we get to the hotel is that at the crash site, we still don't know that this isn't a real movie. So it's like, I like everything that happens here. I like the way he interacts with the other cops. I like the fact that like the one detective who's wearing the suit, the uniformed officer is like, hey, you need to get the fuck out of here. And the other guy's like, no, I know who that is. Because they've all like written him off. Like he doesn't let that get to him.
Right.
It's like, oh, wow, they're setting up real drama. Little did we know, that is not what's happening. They do not care about that at all.
They do also like instantly pull out the fucking like Jaws. We can't tell people it's the 4th of July.
Right, yeah.
So that's a little silly.
Yeah.
Chain Jaw Massacre.
It's good.
Thanks.
It's a good
Can't
observation.
tell people that there's murders happening. We have the big game.
Yeah, we can't tell people that a murder happened because of the big game. So it'll scare everyone away because it was a chainsaw. But they're laughing at him because they're like, well, we don't believe that even happened. So it's like, well, which one is it? You know? I think everybody believes it. I just think that they don't want to tell him that.
Maybe.
Because then he'd tear it all down.
Probably would.
They'd bring it all down.
Yeah. Certainly would. We get a brief cameo by director Tobe Hooper.
Yes.
In the hallway scene as Stretch is knocking on Lefty's door. He is wearing like
a red drinking cap.
Yeah, with like bull horns or whatever on it.
Chewing on a cigar.
As he is known to do.
As he
was known to do.
He sees Stretch and he's basically like, va va voom, and then he walks off.
Who didn't say that?
The leprechaun didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And all of the people in that movie. I explained that whole thing, man.
That's the most realistic thing that happens in that leprechaun movie is that they don't find her attractive.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Everything else I can believe. Anyway. But yeah, she goes and she shows Lefty that she has the whole crash, the whole event on tape.
Because she couldn't hang up the phone.
Correct.
Right.
The system simply would not allow it.
Which I guess that's why in the narrative she can't hang up the phone, because she would have immediately hung up and wouldn't have heard the crash.
Yeah. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Well, we figured it out.
We did it.
Do you recommend? But he gives her, I mean, they have a quick exchange and then he basically sends her away, kind of uninterested. And Stretch then meets up with her coworker, LG. LG Peters is played by Lou Perryman. He was in the Blues Brothers in 1980. He appears in Poltergeist in 82. Last Night at the Alamo, which was written by Kim Hinkle, who wrote the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He is in a monster movie from 88 called The Cellar. And apparently he was also a crew member on the original film, which is why he got the call to be in this one. But they are covering this like Texas, Oklahoma chili cook-off. And I love the scene earlier in the radio station and then this one here of establishing the relationship between Stretch and LG.
Yeah, because LG's like clearly like an older man who's clearly into her, but respects her enough that he keeps shooting a shot. And then she's like, well, no, stop it. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'm harmless. And then he goes, oh, God, he Haktuas all over the floor.
Fuck.
That's a joke we haven't made in a long time. LG's running around Haktuing all over Texas.
Yeah, he certainly does.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
And he builds a very impressive fry house.
That's so cute.
Uh-huh. That's what I mean.
Cute.
Like, it's such just an interesting dynamic that they create in like these brief little moments.
You and I have been out to restaurants a dozen times. How have you never made me a fry house?
The next time.
We'll see.
The next time. The winner of the
best reveal ever.
chili cook-off.
Because it does two things. It reintroduces us to the fact that Drayton Sawyer is alive, which is great. But it also reveals that cannibalism kind of the right choice. Because he's using goddamn people meat and he wins the entire food event.
Yeah. For multiple years.
Yeah, apparently all the time.
Reigning champ.
Reigning champ. It's raining men in my jelly. That sounds like I'm talking about something different.
Yes. Drayton Sawyer, who gets his name in this film. He's just the cook in the original. Is still played by Jim Sydow. He was in The Wind Splitter, a drama from 71. He's in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 74. He is in the thriller Red Alert from 77 and Hot Wire, an action comedy from 1980. This is actually the final film of Jim Sydow. And he gives it his all in this movie.
He is nonstop.
Yeah. In the best possible way for me. I don't know if you agree. And you don't have to. That's the beauty of this show.
For the first half, yes. By the second half, I am exhausted by it.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie was looking at me when he said that.
No, I was looking at Derek, and I'm not just retconning this. Derek does not have a gun pointed to my head right now.
I don't. I do not.
No.
Just put this down.
This is the thing about these mics, guys. Guys being the audience. We can just say whatever.
Yeah.
Look at that. There's $1 million right here.
Yeah.
But we put it all into our Patreon.
We get, I mean, it's just the reintroduction of him here. I think everything about this movie is, if by the end of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we have dialed it up to 10 of like, everybody is just giving it their all, like you feel exhausted after the end of that, like having witnessed what these people must have gone through, both while making the movie, but also the characters within the film.
movie. Yeah,
This is then cranking it up to 11.
Yeah.
And go to like so much so that it is now a farce. And and not only the Sawyers, but it's the reason that like the high school kids in the beginning are as awful as they are.
Yeah.
It's like everyone is heightened. Everyone is constant.
it's like in the 70s. Like the original, it's all sepia tone, and then in this one, it's all like tie-dye and vibrant. It's the brightest colors that you can get splashed over the entire thing.
It's the excess of the 80s.
Yeah.
Like splashed across the screen.
One of the immediate moments that you can tell, like, oh, this movie might be really silly, is they pile the chili of the winner into a trophy. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know for certain because I didn't ask us to pause it because I didn't want to spend any more time doing this, but I'm pretty sure from the trophy you can see a finger sticking out.
I believe so.
And then she eats a little bit of it and she pulls out what is clearly like a knuckle, like a bone. And she's like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, it's a peppercorn. And she's like, okay. And everyone's fine with it. He is so funny. He is so goddamn effortlessly. Because, and I think I've quoted this on the show before, but Leslie Nielsen said about his performances in Airplane and the Naked Gun is that the only reason these movies work is that none of us are trying to be funny. And I don't think that I don't think Side-Eye was trying to be funny. I think he is trying to deliver it in the performance of a kooky old cannibalistic Texan. And as a result of that, he is naturally funny. So it just comes off as hilarious. But it's the pause and like, and then that grin comes back and he's like, it's a hard peppercorn. And it's so funny. I love it.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to poke anybody in a burlap sack in this one. Meanwhile, Lefty has gone to the Cut Right chainsaw store.
God damn it, that is so silly.
Are there just chainsaw stores out there?
I mean, you would get, because they have like pool stores and
Yeah.
shit. But a chainsaw store is so specific. Like, if you're buying a chainsaw from whatever distributor makes chainsaws, chances are they make other power tools.
Right.
Why not just be a hardware store? Because it's funny that it's a chainsaw store. He sells two things: bags of chips that are clipped around the register and 1,000 chainsaws.
Yeah. Chainsaws of every size, every color.
So funny.
He's a specialist.
And he's got pride in his work. To go with our theme, he's a small business owner. And he really cares about what he does.
Yeah.
He sells,
Oh God, it is. Is that the theme?
I think it is.
I think so. But I think it makes sense. Like if you go to like a piano store, you'd be confused if there's a fucking saxophone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. But if you went to a music store and there were only saxophones, it would be like, well, what is the point of this?
Why is the storefront so large?
I'm looking for a flute. And they're like, well, no, this is Saxy saxophone warehouse. And it's
And
like,
then you
okay.
just feel stupid.
Yeah, then it's your fault.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's Dan's Fan City. So
Yeah.
he
let's
only
really
sells
reflect
Sam's.
on this.
And they're on the walls for some reason.
There you go again, not being able to pronounce things. It's Dan's Fancity.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
that's his
didn't
last
realize.
name.
But this is an amazing sequence
It is so funny.
because it's like the guy who owns the place is on a phone call when Lefty comes in, and so it's
It
just
looks like
this darkened room.
It looks like he's just opened because he hasn't turned the lights on yet.
Well, you gotta be if you want to get a good deal on a chainsaw, you have to be there right as they open.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
You want to beat the crowds.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of he flips on the light to reveal this just gorgeous array of chainsaws.
Truly the Bass Pro Shop, like heads on the wall of chainsaws. It's bizarre.
And before even picking one up, Lefty pulls out like $1,000 in
Yeah.
hundreds from his wallet.
Yeah.
And just lays them out for all to see. And then just picks up several that he wants to take home with him.
So two things to point out here. I think from a narrative, like from a sort of black comedy perspective, what I took from this scene this time watching it, when I wasn't quaking with rage, what I thought is implied is that he is a detective. He is going there maybe to find out where the people that he's kind of plotted to be somewhere in this area are purchasing their chainsaws from. So it is then a hysterical rug pull when that is not why he is there at all. He is simply there to buy his own chainsaws. The other thing that's worth pointing out is that he doesn't test them in any way. He picks up a big one and kind of weighs it. He's like, okay, good. And then he picks up a small one and another small one. And he starts like going like a kid at a kid at Disney World in the like Star Wars area picking up a fake lightsaber. He's like, and he's like swinging them around and he's like, this'll do.
And the owner is just kind of just standing there in the room watching, confused at what he's doing.
Yeah.
He picks them up. He leaves. The owner collects the money and he's like, they got gas in them if you want to try them. To which he takes the big one and he starts hacking at a log out front, but he's doing it in a way that you don't use a chainsaw.
I understood it, like the way that he was looking at the chainsaws and the way he was swinging them around. I thought because earlier he's looking at the door and he's looking at like the marks it makes, that he's trying to find the chainsaw that could be maneuvered to make those marks in a moving car door.
Okay.
See?
But see, he then doesn't use that for.
sense.
Yeah, he then doesn't. He doesn't go, oh, perfect, it's this one. Now I know what to look out for. He goes, perfect, I'm going to buy this and have a Star Wars Episode 1 Duel of the Fates with these chainsaws.
Well, he needs to make sure that the marks match, which is the perfect thing to do because everyone knows that a car door is the exact same build as a chopped down tree.
Right. Oh, yeah, they have the same resistances. The other thing is that
Materials, everything.
Because he's a detective, I think what he's learned is that he can't use a car door as like a Captain America shield.
No.
Yeah.
It'd go right through it. But the wood, he might, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
It is. So, okay. We then go to the thing that we've all been the most excited to talk about. The single greatest line of dialogue
That's ever been written.
possibly ever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let you guys do it. Because you guys, Charlie, you walked in and were like, I can't wait to say this. So I'm giving this to you.
Okay.
The shopkeep, watching all of this happen, remarks in like an exasperated sort of confusion. And he says,
Oh, it makes my banana ache.
yeah, it's like,
Oh, my aching banana.
yeah, and it's like, oh, see, I've always heard bananas. Is he talking about his dick?
I think I think he's talking about his dick.
Is he like hard watching this?
Look,
Is that what he's talking
there are
about?
two themes in this movie.
Oh, we're adding another one. Okay.
Small business owners getting it in the rear, and then boners.
So it's the Tobe booty shorts that say free on the back and the Tobe jockstrap that says free on the front. It's free one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's slurpy booty time, as they say.
Oh, Jesus. That's another thing. That's the worst line of dialogue ever written.
They say it twice.
On an absolutely serious note, it is like the overarching theme of this movie that the chainsaw is a phallus.
Big time.
We're all on the same page and agree on this.
And like what happens kind of after this, I mean, I think there's a scene in Intermediary.
Yeah,
but
Lefty goes to the radio station and he's like, hey, Stretch, you should play that tape.
Right.
And she's like, oh, you want to hear it now? And he's like, no, I think you should play it on the radio. Do it. Figure it out. Just play it.
And it's so funny because she's like, no, that's not legal. And he, a cop who could be like, well, no, it is legal, is just like, I don't give a fuck what you have to do. Break laws, do it anyway. And then he gets in his...
Well, yeah, you said he was a
Average
cop.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Good job, guys. That's the third theme of this movie. Is
Cops are bad.
All lefties are bastards. He's like, yeah, do it. And then he gets into his like fucking almost like Ecto 1 weird station wagon and drives away. Yeah. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And she does. She plays it as a request is what she says.
Right.
And
It's a loophole, baby.
Fucking LG's like, we've gotten a lot of complaints about that. She's like, well, we get complaints about our requests all the time. And he's like, no, but a lot of people are upset about that. And she's like, shut up, LG. And then another guy walks in and is like, and a lot of people are upset about the fact that I have sex with sofas. And she's like, shut up, JD. Noah's aching bananas.
Drayton is driving home, very excited, having won his contest for the like third year running. And he gets a call from Chop Top who's like, hey, turn on the radio.
We assume.
Yeah.
What I will say is
what kind
that-
of conversation is he going to have with Leatherface?
But here's the thing. He doesn't have a conversation at all. Nobody told Jim Sideout, hey, by the way, when you're faking a phone call, you have to fake their response in your head. Like, you have to wait. Because you're just like, hello? I told you never to call on this line. What are you saying? What you talking about? Oh, on the radio? Let me listen to it. Oh, my God. And it's like, there is no way anyone is talking to him. I think he just...
Maybe it was with Leatherface.
He just has like, they have like this like Professor X sort of like, to me, my Sawyers.
He has a Cerebro, but the walls are lined in human flesh.
Ew.
Maybe that's what's in the Leatherface mask.
It's
That's his
Cerebro.
purpose. That's
Yeah.
why, if presumably, we do know that Leatherface was at the beginning wearing the skin suit,
Yeah,
and that it wasn't Chop Top also wearing Leatherface mask.
correct.
Yes. That's why he had to wear two, so that if one fails, he can still communicate psychically with his father.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I think we've.
there might have been another one under that.
Yeah, I think we brought all of the conspiracy behind whether or not the Sawyer family are the X-Men. I think we brought that conspiracy right down.
Yeah.
I think we chainsawed away its supports and it fell down.
Cool. So that's a wrap.
Yeah. Grandpa's stuck in that chair like Professor X.
Oh my God. So is Franklin.
Yeah, he was.
That's why they got rid of him.
Yeah, they couldn't have competition.
Yeah, no.
But basically, yeah, he's upset that
Yes.
they're playing the murder tape on the radio, and so he's like, "You should go over to the radio station and take care of that problem."
So they do.
Yeah,
LG
and we get introduced.
Yeah, LG leaves, but there is still noise happening from downstairs. So Stretch, getting worried, goes to investigate, where we have our clip. Bill Moseley's there, and he's like, but okay, he does the most disgusting fucking thing ever in any movie ever, bar none. Fucking Human Centipede doesn't get to me like this. This is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Fans of the show will know. Recently, I got my septum pierced. This was during Hellraiser, so like 30 years ago.
Right.
But during that period, I got my septum pierced. Now, for those of you who don't know, when you get piercings, your skin needs to heal around the piercing. And so it makes I don't even want to say crusties, because that's what people call them, but it's disgusting. Because Chop Top has a big metal plate in his head. I guess he's a Vietnam vet.
He is.
Yeah.
And his twin brother.
Yeah, the orphan. Jesus, the fucking hitchhiker. Where did I get the orphan from?
I don't know.
I thought the whole thing was the reason he wasn't in the first movie is because he was in Nom.
That's what my assumption is
Yeah,
always.
yeah.
But he uses a wire hanger, like a clothing hanger, and a lighter to heat the tip of the hanger, which he then uses to scratch the rotting, infected flesh from around this metal plate, and then he picks it off the hanger and eats it. Bye. We get it. We know that that's the end of this, and you don't want to listen to anything else we have to say. So bye, because I wouldn't. If I heard somebody say what I just said, I too would turn off their show.
Yeah, this is our introduction to Chop Top. Did you know that Chop Top has a first name?
Is it Chop?
It's Robert.
Okay.
Apparently, his actual name is Robert Sawyer. That's what I got anyway. He's played by Bill Moseley. He was in The Blob, the 1988 Chuck Russell remake, which was directed by Chuck Russell, who also did Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Okay.
He is in Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. He is in the Tom Savini 1990 Night of the Living Dead. We've talked about him before because he is in Army of Darkness. He's the Deadite commander or captain or whatever that character's name is.
Something.
Eventually, we will get to him in his trilogy of House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and 3 from Hell, where he plays Otis. And then he also is in Rob Zombie's Halloween from 2007, as well as not an exact trilogy. I don't know if they're all connected, but he was in Repo the Genetic Opera. He's in The Devil's Carnival, and he's in, I think, the sequel to that, Alleluia.
So Devil's Carnival and Alleluia are connected, but Devil's Carnival or Repo is not.
Gotcha.
Repo
They're
is
all
its
just
own thing.
directed by Darren Lynn Bousman.
Yes. Do you know that Otis, his character in House of a Thousand Corpses, has a last name?
No.
Yeah, it's Spunkmeyer. He's the cookie guy.
Oh,
Isn't that fucking crazy?
it is.
Yeah, one
Small
of the
world.
Yeah, one of the ingredients he uses is fucking head
Head cheese.
oh God!
Man, we went a whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre discussion. We didn't mention head cheese at once.
Intentionally.
What?
I didn't bring it up. I was hoping you wouldn't.
You know that was the working title for the movie?
I do know that.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting.
Well, they didn't go with it.
Anyway, I'm going to move past all the gross Otis. No, not even Chop Top shit. Robert is his name?
Yeah.
Robert Englund Sawyer.
Yeah.
That's his full name. He's like
Bob Chop Top. That's his name.
That should have made me laugh. You're a funny guy. Chop Top is like, oh, what's in there? Is that the record room? And Stretch is like, yeah, it is. And it's actually a pretty good jump scare for a movie like this.
It's because it's like how drawn out this entire scene is of their first interaction and how like scatterbrained he seems to be. And she's trying to figure out in this moment, like a crazy person has entered my place of work.
Yeah.
I am the only one here. The only person who also works here has long left. And how do I alleviate this situation and get him out of here so that I can lock the door?
Right.
And it's like it builds and builds and builds and builds. And then right when you're thinking, oh, he's going to spring out and do something, the attack comes from a different place.
Yeah, the lights in this long corridor record, like a room where they keep all the records to play on the radio, the lights kick on and Leatherface revs the chainsaw and it runs down the hall at the camera, but then chases her up the stairs. And it's really effective. Then we kind of cut back and forth between a couple things. The first thing is that LG gets back and he has his brains bashed out by Chop Top in an annoying scene that makes me hate Chop Top a lot.
This is where I believe, like, watching it with you today, I can like feel the change in the atmosphere of the room, your body language, where I'm like, this is where we lose PJ.
Yeah, I didn't like the hitchhiker. I do not like this character. I don't know if I've known someone that reminds me of this. Yes, but I'm not going to say who. But I don't know.
Yeah, don't tell Charlie because he will want to date them.
No.
It's just, he's like, I got you. And he's just screaming nonstop the whole time. It's just frantic and it's effective for the horror of the movie, but God, is it obnoxious to watch.
Yeah. I imagine his lines in the script were they were single lines and then it just said times 4 afterwards.
Or single line, parenthetical, do it however many times you want.
Whatever feels right.
I'm Tobe Hooper, and I don't give a shit about how many times Bill Moseley says his lines, which was his favorite saying of all time, Tobe Hooper's was.
They were like, instead of doing multiple takes, just keep going, and then we'll cut it.
And then they realized...
Yeah, we'll pick the best one.
Yeah, we'll pick the best one.
And then they get to the editing room, and the editor's like, he didn't leave a breath in between any of these. There's no way we can cut him. And Toby was like, fucking use them all. That's this guy's thing. Head plate, saying the same thing a bunch. Being a Harkonnen from Dune.
Right.
Yeah. Leatherface, meanwhile, chases Stretch upstairs. And then here we are back again with the theme that chainsaws are phallic. Because...
That they are.
Yeah. After spending what I consider to be 8 times too long to get to her through a metal slidey door, which I thought for certain they would use as like an homage to the metal sliding door in the first movie, but they don't.
The closest we get is before Stretch walks into the front room and meets Chop Top, she, thinking somebody's going to be behind it, pulls it, and there's nothing.
Right.
That's as close as we get.
Yeah. But Leatherface tries to saw his way through this metal door. But the metal door is stronger than a car door. So we know that the metal is stronger.
In the hierarchy of doors.
Yeah. This door is better than the car door. But not as strong as the log. And
so if you're going to build your house out of one of them,
build it out of logs. Good God. Lefty could not take even a chunk out of that log.
No. He
tried his best. It's because he couldn't lift the saw over his head. He needed the stunt actor, Bill Williams, Bill Johnson. It doesn't matter. He finally gets in by smashing through another wall, which I thought was also very fun and creative.
Yeah.
And then I didn't like anything else that happens.
Yeah. You didn't have like a sexual awakening during this scene?
No.
Did you not watch this as like a young teenage boy?
We just talked at the top of this episode. We talked about that.
Okay, well, I'm just saying maybe that happened to someone at this table.
No one should be alone with you. Ever.
So if you had to be in a room alone with one of us, the guy who found that to be his sexual awakening, or the guy who thinks Chop Top is kind of hot?
I hang myself in the nerd's rope room.
That's a good
Again, shout out Dylan. Funniest person in the world.
He is.
The reason that we don't have him on this show more often is because he would prove to our fans that they should be his fan, not ours.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, we've said it. Caroline Williams is like gorgeous.
You are big in the Caroline Williams camp. It's like Hayden Panettiere, Caroline Williams,
But for different reasons. Because, like, Caroline Williams is like, she's tall and she's got like legs that go on forever, and you see them and they show them off in this movie because of the short shorts.
This guy's a pervert.
Yeah.
like I'm gonna be on the record. I've said that a lot.
PJ spent all of Hellraiser just saying that. So about me
To an ethereal room of strangers.
But then she's got these big eyes and these like cheekbones. I just think she's very, very pretty. And she's got that southern twang. That's amazing. And so this whole scene, to my teenage brain, I don't know. It was just, it did something there.
I think that for my own kicks, am going to have Ty put creepy music over everything that you just said.
Oh, good.
That's good,
We
yeah.
haven't done that in a while.
It's been a long time since Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah. But that makes sense.
Do you guys know the theory about Leatherface being a butch lesbian and the chainsaw being a strap?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty well known.
accepted at this point.
No, but I can pick up from what you just said what the theory is. Yeah.
Yeah, because like the whole thing with like Leatherface has this sort of like gender deconstruction happening through all the movies.
Yeah.
Of like, and sometimes it's like, is it kind of drag? There's this struggle with femininity going on. So lesbians have found that it kind of relates to like the butch lesbian experience, and the fact that like it's commonly accepted that the chainsaw is a phallus, and like, you know, you have different scholars like Carol Clover's one who wrote the book on it, Men, Woman, and Chainsaws, talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre and how that's a big like reference point of like the violence against women in these movies and how it acts as a phallus. But in this, it's because Leatherface isn't directly attacking her, and they sort of like have this exchange, and then she sort of like soft mommy doms him into not chainsawing her.
She soft mommy doms him, and then he holds it in front of his crotch and thrusts it at her. So like the first movie, it might have been subtle, but by the time you get on this one, they have a road sign that says perversion ahead, and it's pointed at that. Because this whole thing is pretty
So do you think
perverted.
that lesbians are perverted?
No, I think that him stroking, a cannibal stroking her leg with the tip of a chainsaw and then tearing her office apart with it and thrusting it at her while licking his lips, that is perverted.
Yeah. Do you think that like the cannibalism is like a metaphor for like eating puss?
No, I think it's a metaphor for eating people.
Oh,
I don't even think it's a metaphor. I think that they're supposed to have eaten people.
Oh, they're cannibals.
Yeah, I think that's a big...
I missed that.
That's the
what was
fourth theme.
going on.
That's the fourth theme of the movie, is that cannibalism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we should write these down.
It's a through line for the whole series, probably.
We're gonna write a book
We'll figure it out.
called "I Think These Movies Are About Cannibals."
Right.
Yeah. No one will read it.
What's interesting is like when you bring the gender of it all into this, this is a movie, this is a slasher where, as far as I can think, all of the victims are men. We have like a final girl, but she's the only girl really.
Yeah.
But
Well,
she does
three
make
of
it
the
out.
victims are the killers. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Any luck?
Oh my god.
Catching them killers, then.
One of them gets chainsawed in the butt.
Yeah.
I wonder how
Well,
that ties in.
he's a small businessman.
That always gets it in the end.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's solved. Okay.
That's a good.
We did it. Derek, do you reckon? No,
We're
that's
better
2 times.
detectives than Lefty.
Oh, that's good. That's a burn. But Dennis Hopper, if he is still alive, I don't know if he is.
He is not.
His ghost then is gonna bring it all down.
I mean, he's a better actor than any of us.
Oh, yeah.
by like miles.
Yeah.
But we might be a better detective team. But there are 3 of us.
I don't know. I'm acting like right now like I'm pretty interested in this movie.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have known.
No, I believed it.
Yeah. I'm only dropping it now.
Yep. Jose, I made up that whole lesbian theory.
What? Improv like crazy. Get Charlie to the groundlings. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, basically the way this scene ends is fucking Leatherface is like, I love you. And she's like, good, go away. And he's like, yeah, you got it. And so I keep wanting to say JD. Yeah, JD Vance is dragged away because he gets bashed by Robert Choppington.
Which they do the, hitting him in the head with a hammer and his legs, spasming out.
Yeah. With another funny rug pull. But they drag him because what happens to LG is super tragic and also one of the funnier parts of the movie to me. But they drag him away and she survives. And the whole time she's like, Lefty, you were supposed to be here. And that reminds me of some line of dialogue from one of these movies and I just can't remember what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. The next little sequence, because then she follows them as they leave in their truck. She hops in her Jeep and follows. This whole driving sequence, I don't know if anybody else thought this, but from like the way that it's shot with her behind the wheel driving and either the rear projection behind her or if it's actually driving, I don't know. But then the music that's playing over it, it very much reminds me of the driving in Psycho, like Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And there's just something about the score, especially through this part, that really kind of lends itself to be similar to that.
Okay, but here we again have another sequence of, but why? Why would you, why aren't you gonna? And she follows them to like Magic Mountain, which is the Texas Battleland world,
which I guess is a theme park that's based around the historical battles that have happened in Texas,
most of which were fought for the Confederacy.
Right.
Yeah.
Hashtag Confederacy. Because of what we were talking about earlier. Anyway, that's not even my joke. I stole that from last week tonight. Go ahead.
Do you think that all lesbians
are Confederates?
Are Confederates?
Big time. Big time. I don't know. Please don't cancel me. That was clearly a joke.
I don't really know where you go from there.
Yeah, I just backtrack, which I'm doing now. So this is what I mean, is she follows them to this theme park, and as she gets out of her Jeep and is walking, a vehicle with its lights on then pulls in and starts to, what we assume, hunt her down to crush her with the car. And it's like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening? And then it's revealed that it was fucking Lefty the whole time in that car. And he's like, hey, it's me. And it's like, why didn't you say that from the beginning? She is running for her life. She's screaming in the dark. And he just let her do it.
Yeah,
His hat was too big. He couldn't see.
He just wanted to give her a little scare.
He's driving, and the whole time he's driving, he gets out like off the road and into like the dirt lot that this place is in, and the chainsaws are all bouncing around in the car. And he's like, "Oh fuck!" And so he's not looking. He's got his hands on the. He's like, "Oh God, I hope none of these start. They're filled with gas."
Yeah. Well, they came that way.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
We watched that, and when the owner, the Aiken Bananas owner of the chainsaw shop, is like, they've already got gas in them. He goes, that would be like having a gun store and be like, well, if you want to try them out, go for it. They're loaded.
Which we should have, because this is America.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating America's 250th.
I've been waving around a loaded handgun this whole time. Every time I like gesticulate, like I point at something, I've got a gun in my hand. Ready?
Yeah. Wow.
I got Derek. He's dead.
Thank you.
Damn.
He's out with Dennis Hopper
All I want.
in that great chainsaw store in the sky.
Yeah.
You'd go to hell because of the perversions. Me? Yeah, dude. You opened the box. You came, which is a joke I made. And check out our Hellraiser reviews, guys. Some of them are good.
There's 9 of them.
Yeah.
There's so many hours.
There's 9 of those, which is funny because there are 11 Hellraiser movies. So we did 9 of the 11.
That is correct.
There are enough episodes that one of them should be good.
You would think that.
Yeah.
But this is Third Channel, baby. The best we do is okay.
Yeah. And that's for the listeners to find out.
2 hours in, yeah. Like, is that it? The people listening to our show feel how I felt at the end of the first time I watched this movie, which is, that is it? That is not at all what I was expecting. I was expecting quality. But they should have seen our faces, cartooned or otherwise, and been like, that's not happening.
Lefty and Stretch have this little moment of reconnection before a trap door opens and she is swallowed into the ground of this amusement park.
Typical.
Yeah, she falls into a pit, and then he hands her a plastic skeleton hand from a party store.
A little spooky.
And
Gotta say.
she grabs it, and it snaps at the wrist, and she falls in. And as the skeleton hand enters the frame from this shot, it is so funny. It is so clearly supposed to be funny because it's not even a good prop. It is so funny. But we watched it with Dylan, and that got him. He burst out laughing, to which I was looking at my phone because I was seething. And I looked up and I was like, oh, that is really funny. But it breaks, and then she falls even deeper. And then she falls through 8 floors and just ends up in a subterranean layer.
She goes down like a slide at one point.
Yeah.
She's having a gay old time, as they'd say.
Are you familiar, Charlie, with the Ernest films?
Oh,
Have you ever seen Ernest Scared Stupid as a kind of horror fan? Like kind of adjacent. Okay, it doesn't matter.
no, I'm a little stinker.
This whole set piece reminds me of Ernest Scared Stupid because there is fucking Eartha Kitt is in that movie. It's one of the last movies she made, and she is in that movie. And her character, who's lives in like a big junkyard. And so there's just like Christmas lights hung up everywhere, and there's like spooky Halloween decorations, and it reminds me so much of Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah. This
I like Eartha Kitt.
I love Eartha Kitt.
She kissed me when I was a baby.
There's no telling if that's true or not.
No. And I don't want to know.
I know. I
love
want
the
to keep
mystery.
the mystery alive.
Yeah.
I saw her in a musical, and we went to the stage door, and I was a wee child, and she thought I was adorable, and she kissed my little head.
Wow.
Do you think that's what, like, is that what changed? Is that what put your life on the trajectory that it's on?
Is that what brought you here today?
Yeah.
It had to.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eartha Kitt.
Give it up.
Eartha Kitt.
She was Catwoman.
She was Catwoman.
Among other things.
She was Madame Zeroni in Holes.
She was.
If only PJ sighed, we could watch good movies because he's dead inside. I'm not going to finish it. Go.
Yeah.
Go. Talk about facts.
I mean, it's just Lefty. We get the suit up scene. Lefty. Lefty gets out of his car and witnesses her fall down into a hole, and then he's like, "Okay, well, I tried, but what I'm actually here to do is strap on some chainsaws."
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
He's got small holsters on either side for the two like handheld ones.
Right.
And then he's got a giant other chainsaw that he's got with him.
He goes in. He is a
begins-
police officer.
Right.
And instead of bringing a gun or several guns, he brings 3 chainsaws, no gun.
Yeah, you don't bring a gun to a chainsaw fight.
No. It's backwards. You don't bring a chainsaw to a gunfight because the gun wins. But if you have a gun and the other guy has a chainsaw, bring the gun.
Well, he begins screaming and running at the building.
Now this is, I mean, it is like a fucking, it's like Scary Movie or like Airplane. It is, he screams full outright, runs to this gate, has the chainsaw in his hand, and it's like, oh shit, he's gonna cut right through this chain fence. He does not. He slowly pushes it open and then starts screaming again and runs back inside.
And yet, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been chasing this type of filmmaking from its inception.
All I could think of watching this scene of him suiting up like the holsters and everything is like ba 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 ba, and it's him standing in the middle with his chainsaw, and then it's Franklin's skeleton next to him, and the camera's doing like a span, but it's just the two of them.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is where I have pinned several times. You and I, in our last week's episode on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, discussed how we had misremembered a line delivery.
Right.
Of Franklin saying, down by the old slaughterhouse. He in the film says, well, down by the old slaughterhouse. You and I remembered, down at the old slaughterhouse. Every dog in every neighborhood where anyone has listened has just had their eardrums blown out. They know that because Buddy's ears are gone now. There we go. But
They'll grow back. He's the thing.
He's the thing. You'll be fine. But the one that we did from this is Dennis Hopper.
We got the delivery right.
Yeah, that we just got a word wrong. He then, because we don't even really need to explain this, he then spends the entire rest of the film until the very end running around and sawing the support beams of this Fabergé mountain down. And as he's doing that, he begins to scream. Now, you and I remembered it as tear it all down.
Correct.
And we have been saying tear it all down for
the last several years.
Like 3 or 4 years. We've been saying that all the time. It's the thing I took from this movie. Unfortunately, he says bring it all down. And I don't know if that's the same.
I don't think so. It's similar, but different.
It's beautiful.
It more aptly describes what he's doing.
Yeah, he's not tearing.
Yeah.
Charlie makes a good point.
Man, we're fools.
Charlie, you want to replace us? Our podcast is yours now.
Yeah.
You're the third channel now. It's just you.
Okay.
That's not a nice thing. We're not. No. It's because we don't want to do this shit anymore.
Yeah, we're also taking Ty with us as well.
Good. So you're cursing.
Yeah, you have to record, edit. You have to do all the Patreon shit now.
Fuck.
Yeah. We were a 3-man team. That's kind of a 2-man team. I don't know how to work this out. If you call in right now, I will not be able to hang up. No. Fortunately, we don't do these live. So he's running around. He's bringing it all down. Meanwhile, Lefty witnesses LG.
Well, Stretch, but yeah.
Sorry, When you have
I'm surprised that's the first time this has happened this show.
Because I've done it a million times. When you have a movie where the characters both have a nickname, it is easy to mix them up. But Stretch witnesses from like the meat cellar of the subterranean layer where they just keep bodies to chop up.
Yeah.
Witnesses Leatherface take a meat carver, like one of the turkey carver little electric saws. So he has like a small saw and
Portable.
then a big saw, which is nice.
Also portable.
Yeah. Well, for the stuntman.
Yeah.
But he takes this little saw and he starts to skin LG. First hit like flanks of his leg and his ribs and then his face. He cuts his face off and then discovers her. And he's like, my baby. Oh, no, honey. And he Johnny Bravo's. He's like, oh, baby.
Do the monkey with me.
That's good. But he's got chainsaws in his arms. And then Lefty shows up, and then they do that and fight each other. But not yet. Yeah. Because that's only kind of not true. But they being Leatherface and Stretch have this moment where Stretch is like, remember, I'm like your sexy leg lady. And Leatherface is like, okay. Well, he doesn't say it, but he intimates that with his face.
And then he wants to connect with her.
Yeah.
And so he puts LG's face.
Is that what you took, the connection from that? I took something else.
Okay, what do you take from it?
I took that as no, wear this and play dead.
Yeah, that's what I took too.
But I like that too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's both of them. Maybe I connect with you and I'm going to save you in this special little way of wearing someone's face.
It's like, that's a
romantic.
It's weird that for a movie as silly as this is, he spent so much time giving Bubba a character.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't need to, but he did. And it's like, that's kind of sweet. It's like his kid, Tobe Hooper's kid. And he's like, let him grow a little bit. Let him grow up. I don't. Yeah. It feels out of place to give such sincere accolades to a movie this cynical and silly. But no, it feels really, it feels weirdly sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he puts that dead guy's face on her face.
She doesn't like it.
No.
She's not a fan.
But then he's called away by Drayton. And the funniest thing that happens to LG happens, which is he's still alive somehow, which is impossible. But he wakes up and he's skinned and he's like, oh, fuck, I don't feel good. And then he spits on the ground because he just keeps doing it, even without a face. He is missing so much of his skin. There is no way he would be alive. And it is just so funny because he's like, don't worry, Stretch, everything's going to be fine. And then he just dies again. And it's like, we only needed this because I think this satirizes horror like where it was at the time in general. Like, well, no, there's no way these people are still alive. But yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, the only purpose it serves is that Leatherface ties Stretch up. And so LG cuts her loose. Right before he dies.
Which you could have just done by not having her get tied up.
Yeah.
Another funny moment.
But it's supposed to be this heartbreaking, like her realizing whose face she is currently wearing, what has happened to her coworker and this person who she is, friends with and is cared about and loves.
Thank God they didn't skin his tattoos off. Otherwise, she'd have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his branding, his LG right there. What is it? Do we get an explanation of what LG stands for?
Yeah, he invented the TVs.
All right, folks, that's it. That's me doing our outro music.
What's the next bit?
The next bit is the three Sawyers argue. Oh, and then we get actually said out loud that those are his younger brothers.
Right.
So in this film, it is established, because we were back and forth on that last week, but Drayton is their brother.
Right.
Which is interesting. But they kind of argue about they're hearing the noises of Lefty bringing it all down.
Yeah. And parts of the whole place are collapsing around them.
So Drayton assumes it's like a gas tank and is like, well, you need to go upstairs and you need to figure that out. And as that happens, Lefty is kind of trying to escape or at least hide. Nope, I said Lefty again. Damn, I was so good. Stretch trying to run around and hide.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Yeah, because it's this comedic thing of every time she moves to a new location, then they move closer to that location. So then she has to hide somewhere else.
Yeah. But it really does bring us to our
big finale,
which is the same kind of finale as the first movie, except it ends differently. Because she is captured. She wakes up screaming.
At the dinner table.
At the dinner table. The Sawyers explain that they're eating people and that they do this because it's too expensive to not eat people and that now they're business owners. And then Grandpa gets wheeled out on a giant throne rocking chair on a rickshaw. To which I was confused. And it's why not just use Franklin's wheelchair?
Because one's made of bones and is cool.
Yeah. It's metal AF.
Well, no, it's bones.
No, it's bone.
Yeah.
It's Wolverine bones would have been metal AF.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Yeah.
Speaking of Franklin, though.
Yeah. Lefty finds him.
He does.
And it's so funny because not only is his dead fucking body in the wheelchair, it's also holding the flashlight, which still works so that we know, even though he says Franklin, we know it's him. But then even worse than that, why did they bring him there?
They have in this movie, it is revealed that they have moved from South Texas to North Texas.
Right.
This is 14 years after.
14 years later, and a move from near Amarillo, South Texas to Dallas. They brought Franklin's dead ass body.
And that flashlight still has a little bit of juice in it.
And it's but why any of this? And
well, maybe he's a lamp. And they replace the flashlight when it burns out.
It's just we gotta get the fuck out of here. The cops are coming. And fucking Drayton looks down, sees Franklin's sawed up guts, and is like, well, let's bring that.
Yeah, I want to read in the evening time.
I don't mind the smell.
Well, you have to think they didn't bring any of their other furniture,
which is also all made of bones.
Yeah, they had to start anew.
It's the movie is not a movie where that matters because I think this is supposed to be played for a laugh.
Yes,
but it is so much funnier. Yeah, it's so much funnier than I think it was intended.
If your house is burning down and you can take one thing.
If your house is burning down and you can bring one dead teenager, do you bring? You obviously take the one that's on wheels.
Yeah,
with the light.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we do know that they kept Franklin's wheelchair in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre because when Drayton comes home, Leatherface shows it to him against the wall.
So that means they opened the fucking wheelchair, put his dead body back in it, put the flashlight back in his hand, or he's fucking Lefty's an asshole and he sees a skeleton in a wheelchair and just assumes that it's Franklin. Well, he's well, obviously.
When you move furniture,
right?
Usually it's easy to disassemble and put it back together. But also, maybe they didn't bring him, and they're like, "Fuck, we should have brought that guy."
In case his uncle ever shows up.
So then they found a different guy,
Also,
killed him,
Not that this is
and
important.
staged him.
I think you're right. I think that's funnier. But also, not that this is important, but fucking Lefty looks like the same age as Franklin. Like, Franklin is a aged teen. It's like when Degrassi would get like a new cast member, but it would be like a Canadian celebrity, and it's like it's a 40-year-old man. Why is he wearing a backpack? Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Then that 3-episode arc with Jay and Silent Bob.
that exists.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I've never seen Degrassi. I just know it's a high school show.
Yeah.
And
I've
it's
never
Canadian.
seen it either, but I did know that.
A Degrassi. Anyway, so she wakes up screaming, and it's what we were saying. It's very tongue in cheek, referential to the first.
Yeah.
It's just
Ratcheted up to
a billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's in like a silly little town.
Yeah.
Silly land.
They've given
Disney World.
Chop has given Grandpa the hammer, and he is trying to kill her with it. Stretch. He's trying to kill Stretch with it, but they do the same thing. He's too old. He can't. 137 years old. They say in this movie.
I'm glad we get that answer.
Yeah, I was worried.
I was wondering.
But he can't seem to get her. So now, normally in the first movie, this is when the hitchhiker's like, "Well, I'll do it," and then our main character Sally goes, "I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm gonna use this as a distraction."
Feats don't fail me now.
But instead of that happening, they are trying to hit her with the hammer with Grandpa, and then Lefty breaks in, and they have a whole chainsaw duel for like 10 minutes while Lefty escapes while being pursued by Chop. I mean, it's a long sequence, but it's really simple. Lefty fucking they literally sword fight with chainsaws. He and Leatherface. And then he shoves the chainsaw into Leatherface's guts. Great Tom Savini work.
Incredible effect here.
Yeah.
Like this gag, because it's the way that they describe it is like the Steve Martin arrow through the head bit. But so that's what they built on.
Just around him facing away from the camera.
But then they still they turn it toward the camera so you see but it's got the teeth of the chainsaw on both sides are moving. So they are individual things, but it makes it look like it's one piece. It's so good.
And I just love whatever formula he has used to make body, like skin, shred. It just looks so good. But yeah, great work there. And then his chainsaw gets stuck in Leatherface. But in classic slasher fashion, Leatherface is like, "Well, I have another one, and I'm going to take yours." There's fighting, and so Lefty pulls his two little ones out because he's always prepared because he has an aching banana. So they fight, and then the entire fight sequence, by the way, Drayton is under the table having gotten his asshole chainsawed, and he is under the table complaining about how hard it is to make a living in America, and it's the funniest because so much of this action we're hearing from the table above, and he is under it just basically looking into the camera complaining, and it is so funny.
That part has my favorite line.
Yeah.
Where he's like kind of talking and he's like praying and he says, "Oh, great grandma in chainsaw heaven." Whatever the fuck he says.
Who we meet eventually.
Yeah, we do meet her. And it raises so many questions for me. What is chainsaw heaven? Is there a chainsaw hell? Is there a chainsaw purgatory?
Oh.
A chainsaw hell is a place where there are no chainsaws.
Okay.
Chainsaw heaven is a giant chainsaw that you live on.
Is chainsaw heaven the name of the shack at the beginning that was only chainsaws?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though it isn't, that's the the neighbors all they're like, "Oh yeah, well go on down to chainsaw heaven."
Sure.
7 minutes of chainsaw heaven.
And the guy working the counter with the aching banana is chainsaw god.
Oh,
We're getting to the bottom of this.
so is his dick a chainsaw? Because if you're chainsaw god, I'm going to assume that it's not metaphoric that the chainsaw is a phallus. I'm going to assume the chainsaw god has a literal chainsaw for a penis, which is what he used to fuck chainsaw, some lady god, and make chainsaw Jesus.
Is that in the Bible?
Yeah. And then he gets
chainsaw Bible, yeah.
and then Jesus gets chainsawed to a cross. However that works. I don't know.
I love all of this stuff with Drayton. I love that he is like a constant capitalist. He is constantly like, but he's also like super prideful in like his work and what he does.
But he's also schizophrenic.
Oh yeah.
And he's doing the thing of like, you know, oh, my business, you know, I can never get ahead. I always have to do that. I lost $1,000. And he's just making up numbers and things that have happened. And it's like, Jim Sidos does such a good job at being a crazy person. Probably because he was a little bit of a crazy person. I'm not besmirching him. I'm just saying it's hard to get that kind of performance without being a little crazy.
Yeah, and that's beautiful.
I think so. Yeah.
And he decides in the middle of this that maybe it's time to quit.
Yeah.
He's passionless.
He's got to quit.
He doesn't care anything about this saw.
He's going to open a whole new chainsaw store.
And so he pulls a hand grenade out of Nubbins, who I don't know if we've mentioned, but that is the corpse that they puppet around of the hitchhiker from the first film.
Is that a fact, or is that something that the fans have just kind of assumed?
I think they call it Nubbins, but that is what has been
kind of revealed that was the intention. Yeah. He drops the grenade, or he has the grenade, and then he goes to get away from the table. But the chainsaw fight, here's the thing about chainsaws and wooden tables. Chainsaws go right through them.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they go right through the table down to where Drayton is.
So like in a person table chainsaw battle, like a rock paper scissors, if you will, which comes out on top?
The hand grenade, because Drayton gets stabbed in the back with a chainsaw. It seizes him up. He drops the hand grenade, and then in a flash of off-camera explosive light, Drayton Sawyer, lefty and right, which is a stupid joke, and I love that so much. And Bubba Sawyer, a.k.a. Leatherface.
And Grandpa. Made it to 137 years young.
Struck down in a blaze
In their prime.
of glory. The Sawyer family is gone. Except for Chop Top.
Right.
Who is kooky as fuck.
He's doing much like his twin brother did at the end of the first film.
But I think that this is less effective in certain ways, or in a certain way, and more effective in a different. Because one thing I love about the end of the original is that the hitchhiker is following her like a kid taunting someone that he's bullying. He's like, he's not actively pursuing. He's like skipping around and having fun and slashing at her and being a goofball.
Yeah.
Fucking Bill Moseley plays it like he's possessed. It's like a spider. Like, it's so creepy and so unnerving. And it's like masked off from the whole peace and love shit he was doing earlier to just true psycho, which is something that everyone at this table knows. If you need someone to play a true blue psycho, you call Bill Moseley because he also is probably a little psychotic. But I mean, nothing else really happens. Lefty, he chases Lefty up a thing. There's like, oh my God.
We made it so far, guys.
I was even like, I'm going to cut that out, but now it's 3 times. The fans deserve to know.
Yeah. And comedy works in threes.
Oh, guys, I did it on purpose. So thanks, buddy. So Stretch D gets up, it climbs this mountain to its peak.
Right.
And in it is the assumed rotten corpse of, as Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs would say, a great big fat person. And it clutched in the hands of this great big fat dead body is I think the chainsaw from 1. It's like yellow. It looks like the same body. If not, maybe it's like, it looks enough the same. She grabs it. And because Chop Top rounds the corner to get her, calls this thing Grandma. And
she set up almost like a shrine.
Well, I think that's great grandma in Chainsaw Heaven. I think this is Chainsaw Heaven. Church. Yeah, I think this is Chainsaw Heaven.
She's Chainsaw Jesus.
Right.
See, and then when the camera tilts up and we see that other skeleton that pops out, it's spooky as hell.
Yeah, that's Chainsaw Hell. That's Chainsaw Satan.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Chain Satan. No, it doesn't matter. We'll fix that.
We'll punch it up.
Punch that up. But we watch her get stabbed and slashed 100 times. He also slits his own throat, like just that surface level of skin, but he slits his throat.
Like a fucking marker.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, for all of the great Savini work, that doesn't look great. Yeah. But it is still horribly unnerving that he is willing to slit his own throat, and that's an homage, I think, to the hitchhiker in the first. The willingness to cut his own body to scare the people watching.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the movie ends with the chainsaw works eventually because she's pull starting this like dead chainsaw. But it comes to life. She slashes at him. She cuts his chest. He falls backwards. And in the craziest stunt,
wild stunt,
because it's a living person, like slides down the side of this like fake mountain, and then threads the needle through like a metal tube.
Yeah. And like, because this, I don't know how much of this is constructed set, or are they literally using an old amusement park? Because they shot a lot of it at an old amusement park, but then I don't know what is that and what is newly built to make it look old. And so it looks wild.
It looks fucking wild.
Dangerous.
Yeah. And then it ends with Stretch is doing the chainsaw dance, like from the end of 1.
Which we haven't mentioned.
Oh, yeah. Bubba does a weird dance this whole movie.
Yeah.
Leatherface does this weird chainsaw dance. I just look it up. Look up Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 chainsaw dance.
God forbid a brother stim with his chainsaw.
Oh, but it's a bad one. It's like it goes from like being a stim to being like a tick because it's so often he doesn't seem to be able to control it.
Yeah.
Man, he dances the fuck out of that chainsaw, dude.
Yeah.
But then she dances the fuck out of the chainsaw, and we pan up into Texas Chainsaw Heaven. And that's the end of our film.
Yeah.
So to begin the round of questioning, Derek Rosenberg, do you recommend the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2?
This is a weird one.
It is.
It falls into, because I really like this movie a lot.
Yeah.
Like, not a bit, not a joke. I did not like it the first time I watched it. Felt betrayed, felt confused. Why would Tobe Hooper do this to me? I loved your first film. This is the sequel. This should be the greatest thing ever, and this is what you've given me.
It does. It feels like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
Like I come on, man.
And then once I could click over into like, oh no, I get what the movie is, and I understand why he's doing it and what he was doing, and I think he achieves his goal. And now I love it. And so it's one that, in that case, yes, I recommend. It's also one of those that I would recommend in a bit of a trolling way.
Like you did with me?
Yeah, you know.
told me nothing.
Because, yeah, I want you to have the same experience that I did. I want you to be tricked and be upset. Not that we've ever done that to you, nor Ty, with a Hellraiser film that he's never seen any of the others.
We made him watch, if you're familiar with the Hellraiser movies, we made him watch Hellworld.
Which is number 8.
Yeah. And he was like, does any of this cross over from the others? And we were like, no. I should have realized, though, that is what you did with this movie to me. You're a bad man. I'm a friend of a bad man.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess in that way, I'd recommend it.
Because you're a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie, do you recommend the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really like this movie. I think it's really fun. This is right up my alley for stupid shit. Because horror is my favorite genre, but if I have to go into that, black comedies are my favorite genre. I love black comedies, dark comedies. It's just like the perfect intersection because the genre is so reflexive on itself. So to be able to look at it and make fun of it and look at all these silly things that we have done and pull back, it's wonderful. And this is such a good example because it took them so long to make a sequel because they didn't want to. It's like, how do you follow up this gritty indie film that just can't be replicated?
Yeah.
Even like the slashers that follow it chased it, but it couldn't replicate the exact same thing. Like Halloween is like a great fucking movie. It doesn't replicate the same thing that Texas Chainsaw Massacre has.
What's funny is I have often said I think the reason Halloween did so well is that in its way, I don't think it tried to do Texas Chainsaw. I think it was one of the few that was like, well, no, let's make it infinitely more suburban and it doesn't matter if it looks much cleaner because it should be. I think that that's the only reason that movie doesn't get the comparison as often.
Yeah, I think that it didn't try to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It learned from
film. Which I think is a really good tool.
Is the reason it worked. Yeah, I agree with you on that. So the idea of like, okay, fine, we'll do a sequel. We're doing it a decade later. We're making it funny as shit.
Yeah.
I just really like it. I think that the cast is great. I feel like everyone knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know the type of movie that they're making. And like in the dinner scene where you have Stretch tied up, she just keeps fucking screaming. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's probably, I mean, you talked about the noise in all of it. Her scream is so grating and so overdone. And it's like at that point you wouldn't be screaming still.
Yeah.
You not like that at least.
Yeah.
Well, it's like in the first, Sally screams her fucking lungs out.
Yeah.
And her eyes go crazy. But at a certain point, the screaming stops and it's just the witness. It's just seeing what's happening. And it's like this movie was like, yeah, that's really interesting and that's really realistic. And you know, it's probably exactly how people would do. So don't do any of that.
Yeah. You know what would be real funny?
Yeah. 100% for 50 minutes. And it's like, great, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah. So yeah, I would recommend it.
Good. I don't know if this is going to be surprising or not. Having seen this for twice in a row and having the first time I saw this be some of the angriest I've ever been, I absolutely recommend this movie. I do get it now.
Because you're in on the joke.
You feel in on the joke. This would be like, okay, to put it to those who haven't seen this movie, because we get feedback from time to time, Charlie, that there are people that listen to this show because they don't want to watch the movies. They just want to like to follow along with kind of the discussion because they don't like horror, but they like the discussion about it. So to put it in perspective for those of you who haven't seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, that would be like if Hot Fuzz were a direct sequel to like Die Another Day. Like if it were, that's the direct sequel. All the characters are the same, but the movie plays out like Hot Fuzz. It's like, what the fuck? How is that the next one? And it is so jarring that first time, but this time watching it, knowing that it's all just a big fucking joke and all the things that seem like they're done wrong are done wrong on purpose to make fun of what, if we did it the right way, it wouldn't be funny, but we've done it the wrong way. And also knowing that this is almost exclusively the reason it ends up looking, feeling, and performing the way that it does is because the studio was like, well, no, we're not letting you do this weird story that you want to do, Tobe Hooper. You have to do this story. And he was like, okay, well, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it the way I want to. And then just basically gave them a pipe bomb as a movie. It was like, oh yeah, it's going to detonate. Because, you were watching some, special feature, and it's like, there is no internet, there is no cell phone, it's all word of mouth. And so you watch the drop off of the first weekend, everyone's so excited, and then they're all like, do not go see that movie. I don't know what the fuck that is. Meanwhile, Tobe Hooper's like, you already paid me. And I got my revenge. Revenge of the nerds. But he doesn't hopefully do what David Carradine did.
Right. What I find, and Charlie and I spoke about this briefly before we started recording, what I find fascinating about this movie is, and we talked about with this PJ last week, is like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is regarded as like this horribly violent and gory and visceral film. Yeah. And yet it's not really.
No.
And yet this one is the exact opposite. They were like, okay, it's 12 years later. We're going to get Tom Savini and his team to do all of this makeup work, all of this special effects. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be gory. We're going to be able to show it all. And then Canon is like, we cut it a couple times and it's still, fuck it. It's unrated. Just release it as is. And so we get to see all of those things that we didn't actually get to see. And yet somehow this one is easier to watch than that one.
It makes me feel infinitely less gritty having seen this movie than I do when I leave that first movie. When I leave that first movie, I feel like I need a cold shower. When I finish this movie, I feel like I need ibuprofen or something. Well, I just need the help from the pain of my aching banana. Okay, now that is, again, the greatest line ever committed to film. But Charlie, you said you have a list.
Yeah. Okay. So that was one of them.
Yeah.
Also already mentioned, Oh Great Grandma in Chainsaw Heaven.
Fantastic.
Another one that's very good is when Leatherface is supposed to be chainsawing into Stretch and she's at the table. They're doing this whole like hullabaloo of, oh, this is the first girl you ever brought home. And then at one point, I don't remember who says it. I think Dalton says, like something like it's sex or the saw.
Oh yeah, we didn't even say that. It's the line of
they do this whole thing of like, oh, you brought your girlfriend home to meet the parents type thing.
And it's Drayton trying to explain. He's like, oh, well, if you want to know about sex, you should have just asked me. I know all about sex. Yeah. And then he spells it wrong.
Well, he spells it SCEX, but then the other thing I love is that he's like, well, you should have just asked me. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Never do it. And it's like, okay.
But the line, and I remember the first time we watched it, Dylan cracking up about it, was he's like, sex is, well, nobody knows. What's the saw? The saw is family.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have when Stretch knocks into the corpse of the grandma.
Yes.
And Chop Top says, you killed her. Because it looks like she's breathing a little bit.
Yeah, like her head moves at one point. So it's like, because the grandfather should not be alive.
No.
So it's like, well, is this thing alive?
Were we wrong?
Is this not the corpse of a fat person? That's all I got for that impression.
This is fine.
Okay.
When Lefty shows up, Drayton is like, who are you? And Lefty says, I'm the Lord of the Harvest. And Drayton says, what is that? Some new health food bunch.
Because Drayton is convinced that his home is being destroyed by a competitor.
And he tries to give him cash.
Yeah.
The funniest thing in the world, though, is that if Lefty had explained to Drayton why he's there, he would not have known who that is.
No.
Well, maybe Sally.
Maybe
she left a big enough
You know
impression.
your favorite lamp? That was my fucking nephew.
And Drayton's like, well, why didn't you say so? Sit down. You made my favorite lamp. Well, no, he's his uncle. God, I hate Franklin. Thanks for tuning into the Third Channel podcast. Please, if you have the time, rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any of your favorite podcast apps.
you can follow us on social media at Third Channel Podcast, and you can find me online at @DRosenberg.
You can also reach out to us at thirdchannelpodcast@gmail.com, where we check every message we swear. Third Channel is hosted by PJ Minette
and Derek Rosenberg. Theme song and audio engineering by Fly Guy Ty.
The logo designed by Belle DeVelco.
Episode artwork by Nathan Walkington.
Keep it tuned right here to the Third Channel for all things horror. And remember, don't touch that dial. Egg salad and eggs.